Africa project came to showcase what can be done. But I believe that these good things we have done, which KFS has noted, KFRI has noted, the Director Environment, the Chief Officer for Agriculture was actually co-chairing NOCC. That is Mr. Lija Metangambere, and he knows what we have done. We have taken him to places like Elgeyo Marakwet, Samburu, you have seen what is also being done elsewhere. Could these plans that we were having be factored in the county annual development plans so that the gains that have been made cannot be said that now the Regreening Africa went, that is where we are.
During AfriCity's conference in Kisumu, we floated the concept to the embassy of Finland, and I'm pleased to inform Your Excellency that we were informed yesterday that SIDA Sweden will be sponsoring through this climate change and village sanitation project for all the 5 lakefront counties. And in May, a team from Migori County and the other 5 counties, the other 4 counties, will be invited to Sweden to go and do planning for that programming. Excellency, I'm also pleased to inform you that based on we had a meeting of the forum in Kisumu sometime in April that was sponsored by Regreening Africa, that we have now got a sponsor who is going to bring together the CEC's chief officers and directors of climate change and environment in Homa Bay in the middle of January to develop the program further with a view to funding. So we are trying to use this to leverage so that we can make sure that the 5 lakefront counties, the landscape is restored, that our forest and tree cover is improved. Excellency, the project is sunsetting, but the sunset is a prelude to a dawn. And through the visit of the NOCC and taking stock of lessons learned, we are looking forward to having further programming arising from this initiative, which will follow on from the successes and achievements and lessons that are learned as we move forward. Thank you.
Very well. So I've heard you, I'm sure my officers have heard you. But what I've heard loudly, I do not know the extent to which the county governments or county government of Migori was involved. I've heard your activities. For those who are handling this project, were we mainstream, were we part of it, or we on it because it happens in Migori? Was the county government involved? Maybe you can start off in that regard.
The county government of Migori, particularly the environment department, got involved from the initial start of the project. And what the project is doing is embedded in our CIDP. They are helping us to attain what is in the CIDP and also to restore our degraded landscapes. We have 13 hilltops in Karungu where they have developed participatory forest agreements with the surrounding forest adjacent communities. So from the start, the county government has been involved with the project, and we have been part and parcel of the program.
You know, with degraded soils, with a lot of those, areas where mining has happened, not being restored back to productive use. So we come in very handy, but maybe for me, the exciting bit is beyond increasing the forest cover. This particular project had a lot of focus on using fruit trees to achieve that. So that you not only achieve better forest cover, but you're also using a plant that has more use than just the environmental benefits, because fruits are cash, fruits are a good source of nutrition. So I think there is certainly a lot of interconnectedness with what you are doing. I'm happy also my colleague Misenya has confirmed that, and this is the good side of it, in terms of sustainability for what had already started, that a lot of what started is contained in our current CIDP, which means those will find their way into what we'll be doing beyond the active life of this particular project. Of course, we still have conversations. Very happy, Professor. You have come with very good news. That at Sankona, there are already conversations that are happening. We'll be looking forward to how to engage with those, so that then the good work that started here does not get lost. We build onto it, so that we can move from step to step.
The process of gazettement, which was actually, it lies now, is in the office of the Chief Conservator of Forest. So it requires maybe the government just to push, and maybe to show that there's a political support on this side. I think that's the only remaining part. Actually, it's in the desk of the Chief Conservator of Forest.
Okay. I think for that, the solution. So from us as a county government, in terms of furthering what has been going on, is there space? I mean, we need guidance. Again, if you'd like us to drop a note, we are here with my colleagues and friends. We can also put in a small request guided by, you know, your team and your experience. We'd be happy to drop in a note and say, oh, we are here, county government, our governor can pop into one or two offices, so that we see whether there is possibility. I am a believer that, you know, when one project closes, it probably creates an opportunity for the next door to open.
We hope that if the report reveals that we need to work in this specific county, we'll be working very closely. But I want to give independence of this committee. We have to be application being so that we have the project officer on board 1st of January. It's going to be implemented for 2 years. It's targeted to take years. Thank you.
In all these programs, we would really appreciate co-creating projects with the county, co-funding projects with the county. So we'll be coming back, but specifically today it was not. At least we will continue conversations because we are present. The Kenya Regreening project in Kuria East and West we have for 5 years.
And Brian is a corporate person. Can we reach out to you? Because we have to look at that. I want to return to what she has said about partnership and MOU. Formalize this, how you engagement. And if that can be expedited, that would be great. Because it gives us the framework you're going to co-create. Yeah. Thank you.
I think one of our main intervention that we've been looking at is really looking at the tree-based value chains that we've also done under the Regreening Africa Project as a driver and a motivator to help the farmers to take up tree-based interventions. And we've seen them doing very well in one of our sites, in some of our sites here in Migori. And now we want to see whether we can be able to come up now with specific projects that can address issues of value chains, for example. And I think the issues of burning charcoal for livelihood. So like right now we are looking at incentive and disincentives to restorations. So I think we've learned, one of our main lessons that we've learned is we cannot do value chains without addressing issues like charcoal burning because it is critical. So we are already rolling out some of these options in other parts of the country. And if there is a strong message that comes from here, and we are able to work with World Vision to convince the EU to come up with another project or another donor to help us address the issues of wood fuel, I think that is something that we are happy to do because we also have the technical capacity.
The sustainability parties will register them under the Ministry of Environment portal for government support. There's a requirement. So if there is a procurement issue of seedlings from the county and also national government, they are in the portal. And then even for support. So that's why we have them in the portal Ministry of Environment. The other thing is like for fruit tree nurseries, we have mother blocks. So you see a place like in Atike, we have like seeds. you can collect local mango seeds, establish a nursery. But now because you have trained the farmers to do grafting, to improve the variety, they can source science from other blocks you have established, which was distributed by the project and the grant. The other thing is the seeds, the tree seedlings which were planted there are of 5 variety. So communities can do local seed collection from such species, variety of trees which were established there. Because remember, the project looked at restoration, but having high value trees which are in line with agroecological conditions. So we were given the right species in the right place. So communities may not necessarily start sourcing seeds to establish nurseries, because for instance, if you have trees like moringa, trees like gravelia, there's a time where the seeds can be harvested and re-established in the nursery from the mother blocks of the right species which we established there. And then the other thing is the sustainability part is we have institutionalized the issue of restoration. So you'll find that the tree nurseries which are in Yatike, they are well connected to partners. They know how they link with the county government to establish nurseries and to do restoration. Partners like Equity Bank support those nurseries directly. Partners like BAT support those nurseries, county government, and also Kenya Forest Service and Kenya. So the institutionalization of those tree nurseries and partners is very much well linked, such that the support is sustainable and well linked. Thank you.
Maybe just entities that they run as business and therefore they make profit out of it. And that's why it talks about the species which have demand, and of course awareness has been done and the demand side is good, so we expect them to run as business in the sustainability.
And the Regreening Africa Project and all our stakeholders. I want you to feel at home. This is NOCC. We welcome you so much. We are very proud for you people, and we are waiting for you as from yesterday mpaka leo. Kwa hivyo uko ndani ya roho sana.
Your Excellency, Mr. DCC, we are here with a team, a very big team from various organizations, but all of us are the auspices of National Oversight and Coordination Committee of what our mission is Regreening Africa Project. So, in terms of this team has been the one that is working with us in this project to provide coordination, oversight, quality assurance and linkages with various stakeholders including the county government. We are ably represented here by the chair and the other members.
The DC in Nyatika North. In Nyatika now we have divided Nyatika into three. So we now have north where we have this Makala, and then we have south, Buguru Bay, then we have west, Suri. So currently we have a DC in Suri, we have a DC in Buguru. I used to be in charge of the whole constituency.
So the purpose of this visit is just to document and take stock of what we have done over the last 4 or 5 years that this project has been in existence. Gain learnings that we can be able to make good use of, and probably document what can be scaled even by the county government and other players going forward. It is also our hope and prayer that although we don't have the representative in this visit, that probably through your support, like we have done before, we'll be able to put up a strong case for administration of this work or involvement of other stakeholders to bring other projects of similar design that can be able to take this to the next level. But I'm happy to bring to your attention the fact that through your support and that of other stakeholders, World Vision did a documentary of the work we are doing here at Nyatika Hill, which has attracted some funding from private investors in Netherlands. So there's some work going to be done here in Nyatika, but targeting and focusing mainly in Kalair ward and a bit of North Kadem and Makala Kanyarwanda that we have been working here in. So that to us is something that we are proud of, that this is going to bear fruit. We have seen the governor. We've also reiterated the need for us to have Nyatika Hill gazetted as soon as possible, and the particular forest management plan launched. We'll be happy as a team if you also add your voice to that, because you really understand the dynamics of this place. People want to go into that hill and do excavation of gold. At Sentinel Gold Mining, they also want to cut trees for chapel and all that. So today this team, as you have seen from the program, will go down to the other side, the Modinora area, to a farmer called Buduro, who is doing fruit farming integrated with tree seedlings, establishment, vegetable farming, and other climate smart agricultural practices. Now, he happens also to be the deputy head teacher of a school where he is also championed regreening in the school, and is also a patron of the entire Nyatika school environmental clubs. He is actually in charge of 29 different schools. So he has also mobilized his own school environment club that is on a primary. So after I see him, we shall go to the primary. But our plan is that we'll go back to Migori after that, then tomorrow we'll come back, purposely to see the restoration work at Nyatika Hills, then visit one of the farmers that belongs to Nyatika CFA, and then have a stakeholder meeting with key stakeholders in the World Vision. We hope to interact with you more on that. So, Chair, you can say a word, and the BCC has released that. We are very grateful.
It is important to take stock because this enables us to be able to plan any programming in the future to scale up the best practices and lessons learned, and also to learn from the failures. Sometimes you learn more from what didn't work well than what worked well. So this is why the NOCC team is here. We are of course in Nyatika today and tomorrow, and then we will move on to Homabay, where there's also some activities that the project undertook there. And then we will conclude with a normal meeting to just look at way forward and close with the whole program.
Okay, so thank you so much for the support that you've given us over the past 5 years when we've been implementing the project here. And so we really appreciate and we look forward that we hope that the way Dr. Charles has said, there will be other avenues to even scale what we started. Thank you.
Yeah, I see Philip is out, is not here, but I think basically just also to take time to thank you, because within the project period, I think your office and of course other actors have really been supportive and provided that environment that the project really also made some very good achievements that we can speak of. And indeed, talking of that, we've also, from the same, add some also new projects coming on board, which will also continue even past this project. So thank you very much.
I also want to appreciate the team for making God's call in this office, so that also we get to know you. And you also get to know me. You know, part of the civil service, because here we move so much, from one place to the other. But wherever we go, we discharge our management responsibility, and that is actually implement the government policies and directives. So one of the directives of the government is the issue of trying to mitigate the climate change. That is actually a reality. Likely we will be able to succeed along the rivers, River Guja and River Migori, because we can be able to get water. Then another challenge is that currently we don't have enough human resources, but we will try our best. Previously we had Cousin Tani youths, and they greatly assisted. We were able to plant some trees along this River Migori during the dry period. We had manpower, so we don't know the wisdom of the president will bring. Whether he will bring back the Cousin Tani program, because those are the youths who actually greatly assisted. I had him talking about employing 11,000 in Nairobi city. I don't know whether he also consider us down here in the counties. But we will be able to mobilize the community through our chiefs, assistant chiefs, the village elders, and Nyumbakumi. And I think we will deliver. The only challenge is the natural calamities, which is actually far beyond our capacity, if it does not rain. But we will do whatever we will be able to do. In Yatika here, we have a number of government land which has not been utilized. We have a number of hills. I think they are gazetted hills, and we will make sure we will make use of those hills. We will also encourage farmers to do farm forestry, so that they can be able to incorporate trees like the gravela, which does not affect the crops. But it is a bit of a challenge, but we try to encourage the farmers to do so. You know, largely in Yatika Makata here, the economic activity is actually mining, and most of the people have taken that issue of mining seriously, and they have forgotten the tree planting. Even some farmers who have large tracts of land, they have not been able to plant trees, but we are trying to encourage them to do so. Then one other challenge that we are trying to address also through the chiefs with the farmers is the issue of free range of livestock. People here, they are not fencing the land. Even those who have the titles, they are not fenced. So unless they do the fencing, however much you try to plant the trees, we may plant, yes, but if they are not taken care of because of the free range roaming livestock, it's going to be a challenge. But I believe we will be able to manage. The moment we are able to have the area gazetted, the given number of hectares that will be given, I think we will be able to adequately declare those areas actually gazetted and activities of mining will actually be restricted. So karibuni sana. Feel free. Should there be any challenge, chana hapa kuna chance hapa, you can raise me in the field. But you are most welcome.
Let me now take this opportunity once again to welcome you all and feel with us. And the way we are standing today belongs to us, but it belongs more than that, it belongs to the Regreening project. This is a fair game, it belongs to Regreening. Without Regreening project, this would not stand here today. I have a long story, but I'll make it short because we are going elsewhere. My name is Martin Okeloduro. Okeloduro is just but a member of this community, born here. Right now I'm 52 years. I'm 52 years, about to retire from the government job, and I'm eyeing for another job, which already is initiated here by Regreening Africa. So I'm a happy man. If I talk of regreening, I know I'm talking about a very big animal. And this animal was introduced by my brother, Brian. My brother here is an iron man. He's a very good man to this project. So, I've not stayed here for long, please. I'm barely 3 years. This 3 years only. I was, the other time I was living around Modi there, but it was prone to floods all the time. I decided to sweep this time here. Hapa nilikuja tarehe 2 mwezi wa pili 2020. Ni juzi tu. Yeah. And when I stepped out this place was bare. Like that side, if you look at the other side, it was like that side. There was nothing standing here like a tree. There were just, even shrubs are not there. There are only weeds which will be seen when there's small rain. So this place was bare. This place where we're standing today is of benefit to my family. Allow me to acknowledge the following. I want, first of all, acknowledge the funder, because the project is funded by European Union through ICRAF. I know very well ICRAF is the implementer. Coming down, we find the World Vision here as the supervisor or as the implementer of everything. Then coming in the small child called Regreening Africa. There are also other partners who have helped me a lot. Carefree. Carefree has been giving me some seedlings which are grafted from Kisumu. KFS, when I was doing the measurements and maybe the holing, the KFS officer from Migori came here, did the holing, and that one was sponsored dearly by Regreening Africa. I never did it myself. They did it for me. They gave me the skills, and it was on now. We have also the CFA. The CFA is our community-based station, which is the eye of everything we are doing. So that is the people I must negotiate in this program here. This program wholly, the much interest which I had was from my brother, the PO, the program officer of the project. It was very close to me. And whenever I come, he tells me, you must do this. So I ought to do it, and I did it. This Regreening Africa has encouraged so much, and with the following activities which they have enabled us to do. When it came, first of all, it was addressing the following. Tree planting was an aspect. what we call the FMNR. She was talking about cutting the trees upward. They know about FMNR. We are practicing on farm, whereby a small farm is having everything. And in this garden here, we are planting there are more than 15 items or species we are planting here. So when Regreening came, there was about FMNR. We came along and we facilitated the idea to our people. When I came here in 2020, there was some flood 2019, late and 2020. There was a flood here. The first 88 purples which I planted died because of floods. But when Regreening Africa came up with FMNR, I was one of the people who mentored the area. If you now look at this hill here, it is full of trees because of Regreening. They are full of trees, and this one now has managed, there are no floods now here. The flood mitigation program has been done through Regreening, and right now the up out there are no floods coming down because of those trees. So right now we are living a safe ground because of Regreening Africa. So I must appreciate that. Another thing, we were also sensitized to make what we call the seed nursery, the seedling nursery. I'm operating under group, Senani group. Senani group is the group we are serving under. So the initiative of the Regreening Africa made us come with the idea of doing the seedlings on the nurseries. So we provide our farmers with types of seedlings around. Right now, because of that, if you look around, you see there are trees coming around here. This community was bare, there were no trees. Because of this idea, our local seed nurseries has made the people to plant more trees around here. More than 600 farmers have been reached by this Regreening Africa, practicing different things. Some are practicing FMNR, some are doing the on-farm, some are doing the fruits of high value, that is the pawpaw and the grafted mangoes. Other than pawpaws and grafted mangoes, we have assorted maybe crops. Just on the other side of the farm there, you can look. That's a 2-acre farm, viazi. That belongs to us. We are targeting, when we open school in January, I have school fees. I have children who go to school. I have graduates here, they want to school, they need my money. This boy here is in Kisumu Polytechnic. So I know I'm going to get money from the farm. Right here, the vegetables are here forever, as mother said. I have moringa. I have the neem plant. I have also the aloe vera. I cannot forget to plant the medicinal the herbs. I must get also be treated before I go to hospital. I have the neem plant, there is there. I have the aloe vera, and also I have the moringa. Moringa is there coming up. Other than that, we have cassava. We are eating here. Other than that, I have guavas as assorted fruits. I have the white supporter. I'm a same quailwood. We don't buy totally. Our children has not seen the mother carrying, going to the bush to carry. They have never seen. Neither have they seen the mother carrying water, because we sank our 2 boreholes here. The project donated a tank for me there. I'm getting water from the roof and stored in the tank there, written World Vision. I'm a happy man. Source water is now not my problem, because Regreening Africa slept and dreamt of me and gave me a water tank. So I'm now getting water here with me. Okay. So all those things don't go for water. So instead of now we using money to buy all those things, we keep those money, which help our children now to go to school, and also to buy other items which we cannot produce like other foods, we can now buy. I still believe that I have future plans. My future plans today, I've said I'm 52 years and I'm a teacher. About 8 years to do what? To go back home. Unlike our friends who after retiring, they go to the market. I will go to the market carrying something. Within 8 years, I know my mangoes will be here a van will be coming here, I'm praying to get a van, nitaenda market kufanya kitu. So that's my future plan. Another future plan, because this sehemu hii ni kidogo sana, I'm dreaming of getting more other land to initiate. First, another plan is to expand this one here. Another one, I'm also in future planning to get more other people, other than the 600, other than the mother, to come and also do it. The other time I can remember, without forgetting, I want to congratulate him. He organized a field day here, a 5-day field day. I think my brothers attended. A 5-day field day where 5 communities, 5 villages attended here and saw what was happening here. And they went back and also copied and did the same.
But I would just like to ask you, how big is your farm? You said
the farm here is 1 acre, 1.05.
1.05.
Including the homestead.
Yeah. Can I ask you a sensitive question?
Yes.
How much do you get from the farm in a year?
How many?
How much?
Okay, thank you so much.
Per
week, she said, I get 2,000 per week from purpose.
I think the other time somebody was asking about sustainability of the project. And you see, it is a family-based. This is more sustainable because the children are able to talk comfortably about it, and everyone in the family, even the young man there, I was impressed that at his age, they ran away from farm, and he has learned something from the father, and he'll never go hungry. So even when he's not there, you can be sure these people will continue the thing. So I really appreciate. It looked like that garden of Eden, you remember?
Thank you.
Why is the fruit at the center?
Oh, yeah.
So I also want to encourage you. You see, as a priest, I'm here with them, just to show you that what we are doing is godly.
Yeah.
It's not just something secular. You are doing the same thing that God asked us to do. So we really appreciate this enthusiasm with which you are doing this work, especially because you said you're doing for yourself. That is the motivation, and other people will learn. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The first factor which has made me reach this far is one, the security around here is more than the other side. Another one here, because I said much of the life is based on other things other than water. There's water here for sustainability. It has encouraged me so far because the depth of water here is about 7 feet. So in 7 feet, 10 feet, you have water. Another one which has made me so much to have the idea here is the project called Regreening Africa. They have encouraged me so far to have the idea with me all the time. And also I said, because the officer on the ground here, Mr. Paulo Dino, has been here, has also been encouraging me to do it. Other than that, which I never mentioned, I'm sorry, I have been capacity built properly through Regreening seminars. I've been attending the seminars and workshops. The other time we were with Madam, the Scaling Up project. We were with you, Uko. I've been attending such, so that's has been encouraging me. Even Dr. Charles had come. Charles had come to my home. I don't remember talking to people looking at you like this, and you may miss very many things to say. I can remember Dr. Odemba had come to my place. He encouraged me. So I've been also encouraged by people. Also, my family has also given me mutation. As a mama, na watoto. You know, this one here, if the mango produces mangoes, if he's not a good boy, he will bring other boys and you will get that wametoa yote. Na huyu anachunga, anajua wakati wa kuchuna, baba ndio anachuna, mama ndio anachuna, tunakola, kuna michezo. So the family members are supporting me because they give security. They are so much concerned with this. Yeah. Thank you so much, Evangelist.
What is it that you'd wish that if Regreening Africa stays, do that it doesn't do?
Binadamu ni kusahau. If they're here, they'll keep me on toes, one. I'll be seeing them and keeping my things going on because of them. So being here, they will be like my father all the time. But if they go away, like I'll remain an orphan, so I'll forget very many things. Another one, I don't think the approaches are over. They came with the 4 approaches I've said: planting trees, making tea nurseries, FMR, and also capacity building. There are others which are maybe remaining. So when they come back, they may scale up, they may scale up to other activities which I still don't know. But with me, I think that if they remain here, I'll be big because I'll expand my things when they're here. 2, the broader community will get this and do.
Sehemu hii ni sehemu ambayo ilikuwa inajulikana kama sehemu ambayo inakumbwa na mambo ya floods, as you heard when our DC alikuwa akisema. Hii ni sehemu ambayo ilikuwa inakumbwa na mambo ya floods mara nyingi sana. Kila wakati wa mvumo wa mvua watu huwa wanahama hapa. Ana huko nyuma ndio sehemu ambayo World Vision ilikuwa imebased kwa kupeana madawa, mabalangeti na vitu ambazo zinaweza kusaidia binadamu kuepuka mambo ya floods. Lakini since the Regreening Africa came, watu wakaanza kuchange their mindset, kuangalia mbinu ya kuzuia hii floods isiwe inakuja inahamisha watu kila mara wakati wa mvumo wa mvua. And that is why you see my brother have said there, ametoka huko amekuja hapa. Sehemu hizi wakati wa mvua tulikuwa na macamps ambayo Red Cross, World Vision and all other stakeholders wanakuja hapa North Kade kuangalia vile watu wamekuwa displaced. Lakini because of the changing of mindset, wakati Regreening ilianza kutoa mafunzo kufanya sensitization kwa the community, watu wanaanza kupanda miti, kuweka njia mkato ya kuweka cabins za kuzuia mambo ya mamonyoko ya udongo. So that is also keep our people to be here, because most of our people walikuwa wanahamahama kwa sababu ya shida ya flood. Kwa hivyo Regreening imefanya mindset ya this community and all of Nyateke, watu wanaanza kuchange their mindset, kujua zile mbinu, sio kutegemea mabodies kutoka nje ama serikali, but they can use their own methods ya kuzuia vitu kama haya. So that is why we say Regreening hii miaka 4 ni kidogo, waendelee so that our people can still change their mindset. Thank you.
been using the club members during World Environment Days, public days like even Jamhuri Day, when they're given opportunity, they recite poems and songs about environment. So you see, with such an approach, they educate even their parents about environmental conservation. And that is more sustainable, because if our children can understand the value of conserving the environment, raising a tree seedling and also planting up to maturity, like if you look at that, there's a woodlot there. That is a moringa woodlot. That woodlot was planted by trees from the nursery of this environmental club. So you can see the milestone. So it's a project. We are looking at the future of this community, because if you empower the young generation, we'll be having sustainable environment conservation actions.
Other teachers are away because of holidays, and I want to say that it was very difficult for me to bring them back to school, simply because we closed school for the holidays, and to get them back to school took me some time. We are having a total of 596 pupils in this school. Our school do very well in academics and also in co-curricular activities. Other than that, our school do best in mambo ya environmental issues. I am the patron of the 50 schools. I'm the patron of the environmental club members, the teachers who are patrons, and the chairperson. And therefore, as a chairperson, I have my members who have been participating in various activities in the school, which we are going to tell you and show you. Before we show you, we want to entertain you, to communicate to you through poem and dance, through song and dance, as we are celebrating the day of Regreening Africa.
Before you are pupils from Mangai Primary School, ready to present to you a poem entitled Open Heart Environmental Concepts. Yeah, Open Heart Environmental Concepts. Sit back, relax, and enjoy with us. Welcome. I am water. I cause flood. When I flood an area, loose soil and organic matter become my best friend. Together, we go downstream into the lake because no tree is there to stop us. Wind is my name. Some call me the hurricanes, others call me the cyclone. When I blow across an empty land, I carry loose soil and dry leaves that could hurt humus into the land. Ha 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 ha. I leave the land bare and infertile. When a farmer plants his crops, he frowns because of the poor harvest. We are the animals. We use the land and trees. Man is superior to them, cutting down trees aimlessly for his own use. Yes, where shall we get the indigenous species? We are the trees. When we grow tall and big, the young and the old enjoy our fruits. Adults pluck the fruits. Children enjoy the juice. They are a real taste. Women, young and old, carry buckets in a cold, chilly morning, ready to fetch water from the lakes and springs. Yes, forests are water catchment areas and sources of rivers. Men and women depend on forests, logging wood for timber and firewood, filling their pockets with dollars and pounds. School children need trees for their education. Whenever they read and write, all they use is trees. Fellow countrymen, young and old, communities, stakeholders, and administrators, let us join us in planting trees. Remember to cut one and plant two. By doing so, we shall achieve our 10% forest cover. Bravo to Open Heart family. Open Heart family. Open Heart family. Be blessed. Thank you.
Before you are members of the Environmental Club, ready to present to you a poem entitled
Conserve the Environment.
Yeah, conserve the environment. Sit back, relax, and enjoy with us.
Welcome. Oh, where are the trees that were here last week? Cut down, cut down, cut down. So, no rain today. Where is the river that flowed here yesterday? Dried up, dried up, dried up. So, crops are no more. Where are the cool breezes that we enjoyed this morning? Gone, gone, gone. So, we have no comfort now. Alas, what ahead is this place becoming? A desert, a desert, a desert. So, there is no life here anymore. What a remedy do we have then to these impending menaces? Conserve, conserve, conserve the environment so that the future generation can have something to eat. Thank you.
Mimi ni mtoto mdogo, nataka nisome niwe daktari, niwatibu wagonjwa kwa sababu dawa zote zimetengenezwa na miti. Tuhifadhi miti.
Hifadhi miti. Our club members who are periodical, because these children, they get to school, participate in the activities of planting trees. When their time in class 8 lapses, they go, we get new ones. So these are our members. They are 40. But today they are less than 40 because of the two issues. One, schools are closed, they are away, some have gone to Nairobi, I could not get them. So today is a market day here, parents have gone to the market, they were left at home to guard the homes. And lastly, we are having a convention here, some are here. So I managed to get people of them to represent our school, amen? Amen. Now, our school has participated in the activities of regreening in the following ways. One, our club members and teachers have been called for trainings, workshops. We are well built. We have had enough capacity building on how to establish the tree nurseries. We had our tree nursery over there. We have nursed 6,000 trees, seedlings, and we have given out to the community, and some we have sold in the nearby market here for sustainability. But due to harsh weather and also the insecurity of the school, when we closed school, sometimes we get other animals trying to break them away. But we had our nursery there. The product of our nurseries, we have our trees here planted out of that. We have our trees there. And down there we are having Moringa Farm. Moringa Farm was an initiative of Regreening Africa. Still allow me to praise my brother Brian, program officer. Also, Dr. Charles also came to our school here for the same. When we were planting this, Dr. came here and launched the planting. Let us clap for the people, please. They are wonderful. Our school, we have our moringa, and moringa right now ni mboga. Watoto wetu saa ingine wachukua ni mboga wanapeleka nyumbani wanakula. Pia ni dawa. We get the leaves, we use it for dawa, and also the seeds. So moringa is a potential plant which has a lot. So our children get a lot, our teachers get a lot, and also the community around come and request us to give them the leaves they go and use at home. So that's our project garden where we practice our regreening activities. They were also thinking about FMNR. As we told you, children usually cut firewood to bring to school for teachers. Those days, these teachers of Onger, no place. We simply bring few of them for fuel in school, but they are taught not to cut the trees, but to prune them. So we are doing a seminar down there. We're having a seminar lot down there, which we are doing. So I've talked about capacity building. They have known. I've talked about tree nursery. I've also talked about the moringa farm. Other trees which are here, like those ones, were donated by the Regreening Project. Because of time, allow me to say that we congratulate you. We congratulate the project for having taken the initiative to make our school be a model school for regreening activities. Thank you so much.
I was taught by somebody called Dr. Bering, who is a tree doctor, that the trees have health. They also have feelings. That if you want them to grow, when you plant them, you dance for them and you smile and you are happy. You water them as you dance around and feel nice. They feel cared for. When I was doing animal health courses, I was taught that the best way to make somebody sick or an animal that is sick to recover quickly, give it tender loving care. So the trees also need tender loving care as you plant them and start them into the new environment.
Come. Let's come together to find a meeting. Let us come together to find a meeting. Panda miti panda. Panda miti panda. Panda nasi panda. Panda usiogope. Panda wageni panda. Panda miti panda. Panda usiogope. Panda atapiga shule. Shuleni yes. Upande miti. Panda usiogope.
Hii sasa iko sawa.
Mmechoka? Panda
miti. Panda usiogope. Panda miti panda usiogope.
Kuna simu nyingine hapo.
Nani alipata kujua jamna? Jamna ndio hii.
Oh, jamna ni hiyo.
Ndio hii. Hii ndio jamna.
Oh, umepanda jamna.
Hii ndio jamna.
Let me bless you, young lady. Yes. Amen. Bless The singer. Soloist.
Even as one vision and also as you know. And there's something I was getting as a lesson, because you realize that yesterday he was very particular about Migori, in as much as the project was being implemented in other countries and even in other places. But he was very particular about what has been done in Migori County. And in fact, he was even very specifically talking to the director to know if we were really working together with the county government. So that's a lesson. Even as we close it, I know there are other projects coming on board. It's always very necessary to have the county government in place, let them participate even at all levels. Because we realize that this is a transition government. The other government has gone and now we are having a new one. And it's like we have to all of a sudden start doing things anew, because it's like you need to have that memory. But there were people on board who had the memory. These are the technical bits of the departments, the Department of the Environment. So it's always very important to have them on board. And secondly, also at the community, I was happy about the farmer, because we're already seeing sustainability taking course, because these people are able to continue with the project, because he mentioned that they'd been capacity built, but there was some small link that was detaching itself. You heard him saying that he wanted the Regreening Africa to continue being there so that it may continue growing. Instead of saying that whatever information I've already gotten will help me to grow. So I think that's just a perception. But in principle, he has the information and he's able to grow himself. So he just needs to just change his perception to know that the project must not be there, even after being there for a whole 5 years, but he's still asking for the project to help him grow. But I'm very grateful because even the family who are also involved in this, the children know about ephemera, they can even explain. So that is something good because of generational changes that are happening in the generation. So is they're able to take over even from the father and continue with the practice.
Thank you so much, Emily. Any other? Yes, please.
And so, first of all, I want to thank you for organizing the event and the governance visits. I was telling Dr. Charles Misenya was in the meeting we were opening, we are validating the baseline results. We actually wrote a blog on him making some reports. And based on the objective of this project, we really wanted to generate evidence. So I think it's time now that from this NOCC event, we're going to do that a brief report, a brief summary that we're going back to the government to say, see, we have been doing this project for 5 years and we are not careful. And these are the kind of options we've done and we've tested this. but the scale was small. We think we need to expand to go to a bigger scale. Can you get your support to go to the EU or speak to other funders about our achievements and even the lessons that we are capturing? And maybe the other thing that really caught my attention was using the schools approach, especially for advocacy. We saw the dramas, the poems that the students were singing about even the steps of FMNR. I think it's a very good thing, and I think it's something that can go beyond even what we've done now. So thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, that's very comprehensive. Yes, my brother.
Thank you, and also to the session organizer. And then there is something that I learned yesterday. You know, we have been hearing this word of nature-based solutions. And what we saw from the farmers yesterday is a nature-based solution when he was talking about the issue of the flood and how it has been controlled from the slopes of the mountain by planting of the tree. That's one way of going. And then we are building the resilience of the farmer because climate change is already happening. And even if we go for net zero as a Kenya, we will be doing nothing. So it's now the issue of adapting for what is already there. And that's a good initiative. And we saw the issue of intergenerational, like working. We are not working only with the old, but also the children. They are learning. So it means they are being like they have like a source of motivation. Seeing their parent working, you know, it is experienced by doing. So and that is the one way of seeing how the information grows and how people they are going to adapt. Which I know even if he mentioned about the son who is in college, I know if that the son graduates, he has that motivation. He can go even to the farming, seeing what the dad is getting. It can motivate him now to go to that area, and that is a good initiative.
Thanks a lot. Yes, my brother.
Yes, sorry for this. Yeah, thanks for inviting us here to this very important meeting. I did learn a lot regarding the project. I saw the project to be bottom-up and top-down approach in terms of from bottom engaging the farmer, the better communities in traditional farm, propagate all the best practices, and all the different lead farmers who were there actually they were like testimony to the project outcomes. But one key lesson I learned is that even with the Imara program, after analyzing all the policies and hearing from the governor and the team, it's like governments always think all their problems have to be solved by foreign money, money coming from outside. And those financing should actually be a catalyst for the government to actually pick it up and then roll it, try to scale it. But for what I heard, it's like they're still waiting for Imara to continue funding people from outside. I didn't hear anything about, except from the fact that they said you go into this CIDP, of which getting into the CIDP does not necessarily guarantee that even if budget is allocated, most of them are not like for the Imara program, we did analyze the CIDP, realized that budget allocated, but they were not actually disbursed to implement. So that's something that in future, any project we're implementing, we have to start, engaging the government and let them start thinking of, how to get ownership of the project by actually budgeting. No matter how small it is, but it shows some commitment. That once donors see that government are actually taking up the project, they can also be willing to provide some further funding to scale it up.
Thank you so much. Yes, brother.
I hope it will not be a conflict of interest. I don't want to seem like I'm praising the farmers, but one thing which was outstanding to me was how the farmers, for Martin Duro Farm, he relocated there in 2020. So calculating the years, it's like 2 years. And the productivity of that farm within that period tells you that there was the right choice of species and they were planted in the right place. Because within that period, a farm producing fruits which can go to the market and
have economic empowerment to the household, it shows a lot of impact. For me, what is outstanding is that we are able to see the products of the regreening trees we've been establishing, or communities have been planting on farm. So it shows that at the end of the project, we are seeing fruits or products of the trees which have been regreened in the community farms. Remember, even the lady, the wife to Duro, and the family were talking about how they get firewood from the trees. So it shows a lot of products, and also at the trees planted at a value addition level, and there is good connectivity of trees to livelihoods, and that is what drives restoration. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. I think I'm agreeing with all the sentiments made. For the farmers, I think what I liked, of course, related to what Brad is saying, is the incentives that they're able to derive from the farms. That is the profitability aspect, which speaks to sustainability. And of course, related to that also is the way the technology is able to diffuse to other farmers. I think you realized the farmers who also came on board were able to, see how they're able to get the same. It's one farmer but affecting, like, we talked about, 600. And you are able, even if you're passing across or maybe a transect, you can able to visualize this. So that's a good thing.
On the visit to Governor, I think this is a new administration, and therefore this was like an inaugural visit for us to them. And I think the reception was good, and I think there are a lot of political goodwill displayed. And this issue about the gazettement of the emblem, I think we can now take advantage of that. And because it's an issue, and I think even the Assistant Commission and County Commissioner spoke to it. That's a challenge that if that gazettement can be done, then they'll be able to go and manage all the challenges they're facing. So I think maybe it will be good to do proper action on that to ensure that happens, because it's been long overdue.
Yeah, so that was one of the action points that I wanted to mention. Yeah, because we need to do this as soon as possible to do the write-up and share with the governor's office so that we can approach, as guided by our conservator here, the chief conservator. Yeah, if that can be done, maybe before we close this project, together with launching of the participatory forest management plan. Yes, I know we've been planning for this launch and it has not happened. So I think we will work extra hard so that we have these events happening before the closure of the project. The reception was very good for NOCC and also for us from World Vision. I think there are a number of things that we shared and we got a nod from the county. And this is a county that is really receptive and willing to work with partners. They mentioned that they have developed an irrigation scheme, invested 76 million, and they are open for partnership. They are open for co-creation. They are open for co-funding. So I think this is a place for us as World Vision, because we have other programs going on. We will write that goodwill and even find ways of still inviting other partners to work with these governments and to work with us in this county so that we can achieve more in this community.
Yes, I think first of all is to thank the Regreening Project for the work they have really done in this mission. Yesterday we had a lot of learning from the farmers, particularly Mr. Duro. We had we have that demonstration plot, which has attracted so other farmers. And we had the number is around 600, but you could see they still they require more demonstration farms. They said they need demonstration farms. So if the project can liquidate the same demonstration maybe to another farmer, say probably in a distance, maybe probably to cut most of those farmers who are thinking they really need to be trained on how to be like Mr. Nuno's family. So we as Kenya Forest Service, we have learned a lot that what partnership is doing in terms of conservation, in terms of mitigating these issues of climate change. We can see what is happening now. And what I may say that we need to continue this process so that we are able to reach far and wide in this region. And since farmers are really yearning, they are yearning for this technology. So I may urge the project to continue doing that good work. From our side, we have seen the goodwill of the governor, the community. They just want to see Milema forest being visited. And I want to assure you guys that we are going to follow it up closely so that Kenya Forest Service and the Ministry of Environment and Forestry can do something in terms of visiting those hills. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So I think, yes.
Yes, I think it will be, in order to, for example, remember the CG saying that maybe the governor has to have a basis for following up. So I will urge maybe the NOCC, which is NOCC, when it go and sit down and write his report. Maybe they should also do a writer on the same for him. We are ready to be put into it. It should come from NOCC as a report to the governor to be able to follow, to have a basis to call the CCF to expedite the process.
I think I really appreciate the feedback we are getting. It shows we are very keen in the field. But there are some action points here which we need to pick who will take lead and by what. We give them time frame, and one of them is what Mr. Okela just alluded to. This report will come, yes, with all these recommendations. But I was thinking that the gazettement is a very urgent thing. So we could just have, I would really prefer if Mr. Homi would take it up and just write us, because you are aware of the process we were taken. Yes. In the same hall, Dr. Judy, Dr. Was it one? Elizabeth one? Elizabeth trained people here, and we had a very elaborate time frames developed. Yes. I think the launch was to be somewhere in April. Now we are talking of December. Yes. So it's long way behind. So if you wait for the NOCC to do the report, we are still pushing it, and this project is coming to an end in February. So let's expedite and let that come as a concern from this visit. We need to gazette that. Because remember, those people here are coming, big companies, they are coming to mine. And when they come and this is not gazetted, the county has an influence. They come with a letter from the county. And it's a conflict of interest. Even the gazettement, Mr. Okela who is here knows that there are dynamics behind that. So let's not go into that, but if you could take it up, I really appreciate it. Yeah, thanks a lot. And then Madam Grace, this report you talked about is very important.
if we can now profile what we have done as a Regreening Africa Project in Migori County, with the help of Brian and myself, we can give you other facts that you will not be very much aware of, or they are not coming out clearly from those who are. Then we could develop for us, and maybe with the use of your communication team, do pictorials and all that. So we agree also that you can take lead in that. The thing I'm not putting is timeline like yours. So you can tell me by when you do that, so that we just say by this time.
Oh, this one is immediate.
Immediate, okay.
Yeah, we'll have to.
So let's say by Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, by Friday.
We'll do it very fast.
Friday,
because it is so pressing. I can see it.
So
in fact, the two issues, the settlement and the issue of launching.
Yeah, launching, yes.
Management plan.
Correct. Grace, yours could be by? Today is
Wednesday.
2 weeks, huh? Now, the other thing which came out, which is very critical, is the fact that I think it is Dr. Anderson who said it, that the fact that our plans are embedded in the CIDP does not mean the county will support. In Migori, we have witnessed that. They put in the CIDP, but the ADP is not aligned with the CIDP. And sometimes even if it's aligned, then you realize they also do supplementary budgeting and remove that money for environmental concerns. They say, what is the environment? Let's do health, let's do schools, let's do water projects. That's the, people are looking at what the electorates will identify with. So we plan trees so what? People want like dispensaries in every ward, classroom in every school, those that they can say the governor did and the governor comes to launch. So that is something that we really now, Regreening is ending, but Regreening Homa Bay is still going to continue. We need to really let them know that there's need to check that the CIDP is aligned with the ADP, and that the money budgeted for restoration is actually there. So that is now an action point that Brian should come out of this so that we pass it over to Regreening Homa Bay program. And then the last one is that gap which we have identified, that the fact that the CIDP does not make it necessarily be a priority. We need now to inform our CBA groups, the ones we have trained. The CFA is one of them. We have trained them in citizen voices and action. One of the bookers here and lobbying strategies, so that they can now know that that money is there, and they can now plan for it at the ward level and demand that they receive it to use it for what it was meant to achieve. That's very critical. And then finally for us from learning, Migori County has been notorious, the other government, whereby you find they can have 3 different variants of even a document. The one uploaded in the website is not what the MCS have, it's not what the governor has. So you find even a budget, they can have 3 different budgets. So that also needs to be checked, so that even as we now tell the advocacy groups in the ground that there's this money for this, we must check that is it the right one that the governor talked about. Because we came to learn of that some time back when we took the Migori County Environment Committee for a training in Kisumu. They had their tablets. The tablets were loaded with the budget. What we picked from the website is different. What we picked from the governor's office is also different. So we realize somebody is not being honest here. Very few counties operate like that, but it happens. So that is for us, and I think let it go in the report also, and let the green pick up such kind of issues so that they are aware. It could also be normal. Good. I think that said and done, we can go into today's program. We are quite behind a bit, but we will manage it because we are going to have participants today. So today, if you look at what we have, we are going to start with going to one of the farmers, one of the model farms belonging to Samson Ouma. Samson himself is a member of Nyatike Mirema CFA. It's just around where we were yesterday at the ECC's office, not far from there. Then after Why we are going there is that he has integrated a number of the regreening practices that we are promoting. FMNR is there. He has fruit trees, pawpaws, mangoes, moringa, and he has integrated the same with crop farming. Then he's also sustainably using the prunings to make charcoal, which is also using to meet some of the basic household needs for food, for educating the children, and for health needs. He's also rearing some goats. So all that he has integrated into the same farm. And then he's also using his children, just like the farmer we saw yesterday, his children to sell some of these products, his wife in FMNR and in taking care of the farm. So that is one of the model farms we shall go, the first one today. Then not far from there, there's this hill we have been talking about, Nyatike Mirema Hill, for which we have Nyatike Mirema CFA, for which we have Nyatike Mirema PFMP, for which we are now talking of Gazettement of Mirema Hill. It's the same story. So we'll be able to see some of the efforts that have been made to restore some of the areas. I don't know, Brandon, if you'll have a case to show us the situation or the scenario before, and we can compare the scenario after. But we can be able to check on sites which have not been adopted, because there are blocks which have been adopted, some by BAT, some by DACA, some by Equity Bank, some by Family Bank, and then our own CFA. So we can be able to check and then maybe see what is there. But as somebody who worked there in the late 1990s and early 2000s, I know the scenario of how it was. But I don't want to talk about that now. We will be able to see and hear from them. So a lot of improvement has gone into that. Then finally we shall go to boardroom meeting with the CFA members and stakeholders. Now this is to have a feel of the involvement and continuity of the efforts by these different stakeholders, because the CFA in Migori is the greatest driver for sustainability of these project interventions. And so the CFA is the body that we are leaving behind to continue this work. They have attracted funding from Family Bank, Equity Bank, from the Pollution and Climate Change Adaptation Program, DACA, and they're also getting a lot of support from the County Department of Environment and also in Agriculture. And I'm happy Mr. Wakiaga and our home are here. They are very supportive of this. I'm hoping today that KEFRI will also be there. KEFRI. So some of the key partners we have worked with are either government or parastatal organizations. We don't have a private player per se, but they are now coming through the CFA to support the interventions. So we want to hear from them the impact they have on this project. We want to hear from them the lessons that they could have learned and their plan to sustain some of the gains that this project has made over the past 5 years. So I believe with that done, then we'll have lunch today in the hall, in Nyatike Hall, and then we can start our journey to Homa Bay, where we need to go and get into the hotel before 6, so that tomorrow we can then be able to see the governor. Now, I'm happy that in Homa Bay, the Chief Officer for Environment, Professor Bueno, is continuing with us. Migori, we had a bit of challenge because the old guards who were using have gone. So the likes of Mr. Gambere, who are working with Rosalyn Otieno, the Chief Officer for Environment, the Minister Gati, she left. So Mr. Gomo, the Minister, they left. So all those kind of team left. So we had a lot of write-up and phone calls to make before we could get that appointment. But I'm happy it went well. So learning from that, Professor Bueno told me today he will not be there so that he can go ahead of us to make those kind of things. But I'm very certain things will go well. So if there are any concerns, we can take them now. But we want to go now to Nyatike, back to Nyatike, wind up our field works as I've elaborated, and then we can go back. Brand from lunch, are we coming this way or are we going to use the other route through the water to Homa Bay?
I think we'll go to the inside and see, because we have some partners, Nekala from Environment, They will be coming back to Migori.
from 7, and I was trying to negotiate for 7:30 or 8. So we will get that confirmation and communicate to us, so we alert that we might be asked to wake up earlier.
Okay. So please be cautious. So which means we need to finish early today, sleep early.
Yes.
Okay.
We are not finished yet.
Yeah.
No, we've done all this. We have a new member.
Oh yes.
Yes, we have a new member joining us. She joined us yesterday. Jacqueline Rioba is our Director, Resource Acquisition and Management. Very close to this project. I'll give her time to introduce herself, but the benefits, Jackie, you know the rest of us. Maybe just to separate the team from World Vision team, you can just raise your hands and say hi to Jackie. Hi. And the partners who have not raised their hands, I request that you introduce yourselves, and then Jackie will introduce herself and say make some comments before we set out. Begin from KFS.
Okay. Morning.
Morning.
My name is Wahome. I'm Regional Forest Officer based in Kisumu.
I'm Joseph Wakiaga, the County Forest Conservator. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Morning, I'm Anderson Kibila from SAI.
Stockholm Institute.
And I'm Grace Koech from the
Which county?
Marlon Majon, Environment Officer in charge of Education and Conservation.
Yes, and we have from Italy. It's not in this room. The son is going to see the doctor. So it's been with us. Then we have Prof. Professor Angwema.
Donald.
He's actually the chair. Yes. And he's a chief officer in Homa. We'll meet him tomorrow. So, Jackie, welcome.
Thank you, Catherine, and it's a pleasure to meet you partners, members of the NOCC committee. My name is Jacqueline Rioba. I work from Nairobi. I lead fundraising, and this is one of the grants that we are looking to see if we can continue to fundraise for. So it's really great to listen to the feedback from your visit yesterday. I was taking notes on my phone, and very good lessons that we can apply even as we continue to engage. I think we know now the importance and the focus of environment in the country, and given our president's directive on the tree planting. And we believe the model that we are applying in this program will go a long way to enable us to reach that target. So thank you so much for the partnership. Definitely there is something is working in this partnership. Just hearing what everyone has said. And I'm looking forward to seeing the visit to Samson's, the model farmer today, just to partake of the experience that you've all had yesterday. So thank you so much. On behalf of our ND, our country director wanted to come, but I told him I'd represent him. So receive greetings from him. And yeah, thank you so much again.
Thank you very much. Actually, we are so blessed to have our senior leadership team with us, represented, and World Vision takes this visit, this project, this partnership very seriously, and we look forward to working together again. Yeah, I think this is one project that is bringing a national monitoring committee. So thank you so much, Charles. Now you can release us.
Yes, just one comment. Looking at what the farmer we made this week, we're talking about at times even forgetting certain things. That's why you want World Vision to be here to actually keep reminding him of the practices. So
Probably what could be done is if ECAF can do like a fact sheet, not a big, just like a one-page fact sheet of different practices. To do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that they can have it. If they forget, then they can go back to it and then refresh their mind. Yeah. Not big, but just one page, just the different steps of how to do things.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Provides coordination, provides quality and linkages to us, and they are on a mission to take stock of what the program has done since inception in 2017, draw learnings, and if there are any recommendations, they'll make from there. So quickly, the team that came from World Vision, I want to start with them, then hand over to the rest. The chair is not there today, the NOCC chair, Professor Bueno, but we are ably represented here by our Director for Resource Acquisition and Management. I want her to just say hi. She has come to see how the funds that she has struggled to fundraise are being spent in the ground, in the field. Yes, madam.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Yes, I'm Jacqueline Rioba. I work in the National Office at World Vision Kenya in Nairobi. And I'm very happy to be here today and to see such great work on restoration that has happened here in Migori and with this particular CFA. Very good work. And my encouragement is that you keep it up. You will see the fruits in the near future. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jack. Jack is actually representing the National Director. So when you see her here, she is representing the National Director who should have also come but had other engagements elsewhere. So we have Philip from the National Office also.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm happy to be here and thank you so much. I can see a lot of transformation and impact to the community. My name is Philip Onyang. I'm based in Nairobi, work closely with Jackie. May God bless you.
Yeah, Philip's work is very important to us because it links restoration work, livelihood and resilience building together with child learning and health. So it's a very important work for this kind of thing. We have also another program officer from Nairobi, Bernard, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad also to be back here again. I think I know most of you, having worked here sometime. So keep up the good work. My name is still Bernard Owino, working currently at the National Office. Thank you.
Then we have our own regional manager for Lake Region. She wasn't with us in the field yesterday. She was with us in the governor's place, but today she has purpose to be with us here. We count it a honor. So, Madam Kathy, please.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm happy to be back here. I think we planted trees the last time we were here, and we'll keep on planting more trees every time we come. We are doing a good job. For us, we celebrate what we are doing together. But with this oversight committee, we'll appreciate actually receiving feedback so that we can improve and do things better. Yeah, and we are happy to meet you all and also to see Madelon. Yeah, I know you came here about 2 months ago.
Yeah, almost.
Yes. So I know you are doing a good job together. So thank you so much. Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I think the rest of the World Vision team, let's just introduce ourselves quickly without out of protocol. Yeah.
My name is Emily Oko. Work for World Vision.
Vincent Amenya, World Vision, Kisumu.
Mimi naitwa Okoth Nyatike. Walinibaptize Okoth. Okoth inamaanisha rain.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm Charles Odhiambo. I work for World Vision Kenya. I think we can now go to our partners who have joined us from KFS.
Okay. Hamjambo. My name's Simon Mahome. I'm the Regional Forest Officer. I'm happy to be here to witness the natural regeneration which is taking place here in Nyatike. This is very encouraging, particularly to the CFA. CFA who have really worked very hard to ensure that our regeneration is succeeding very well. If you go to other places, you'll see spotting of charcoal burning, but I'm happy to say this is very encouraging. Na muendelee na hiyo kazi. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Mr. Wakiaga is not here. He excused himself and went straight to Samson's home, so you'll meet him when he goes there. He's the conservator for forest in Migori County, but I think you worked with him, so you know him. Then we have our partners from Kefri.
Good morning. Jambo. Okay, I'm Madam Mildred Menda, a research scientist working at Migori Kefri Sub-Regional Center. And I've come on behalf of our boss, Madam Dr. Berry. I'm sure most of you know her. She has been engaged and she got an emergency visitors from our head office. So she has sent me to represent her, but she might be joining us in the course of the day. Thank you.
We have representative from the County Government Department of Environment.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. I think I'm known to everyone here, save for the visitors. My name is Alan Ojuang. I work for the Department of Environment. I'm an environment officer, and we've been working together with this group since 2018. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Alan. So now the rest of the visitors we are going to introduce are NOCC members. Some are not here by default because the chair excused himself to support in another errand. So from Stockholm Environment Institute, please.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Anderson Kebila from the Stockholm Environment Institute. Happy to see the great work that's going on here. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, all the way from Senegal. By helping us to restore in Kenya. Thank God. Then from ICRAF, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Good to see all of you and good to see the good work that is happening. We are happy. Thank you.
Great. From the county government, I've said Professor Bueno is not here, but he is aware of what we are doing. But from the national government, Department of Minister of Environment, please.
Mjambo wote, naitwa Gojo James kutoka Wizara ya Mazingira na Misitu.
The NOCC members, there's somebody I'm also told is from the county government of Migori.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm Simon Obondo, the ward administrator, Makala Kanyarwanda ward. Karibuni sana.
So, Chair, without much ado, I can hand over to you so that you introduce your team also and set the agenda for bringing us here.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm a happy man today, as from yesterday up to today. I take this opportunity to welcome you once more. This is Mirema, where we undertake our activity. And on behalf of this community, I want to say that I welcome you, the team from World Vision, the team from Regreening Africa, and all our stakeholders. I want to introduce my team. I have my mamas here and our young men here. So can you come closer so that these are wonderful guests. Waone macho yenu. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
My name is Madelon Lobeck. I work for Wageningen University in the Netherlands, in Europe. And I was invited to this workshop as a stakeholder of the CFA. So I'm doing research to understand what is natural regeneration, what species regenerate under what conditions, and what does it bring to the farmers. So we've set up a research some 2 months ago, and many people here are also collaborating with us, including also the CFA, which is why I was invited to this workshop. And other partners in this research are also ICRAF and World Vision. And I'll tell a little bit more about the research on a later occasion today. Thank you very much for having me.
Hii sehemu ya mlima hii ya Nyatike na other hills within Nyatike, hii ni moja wao. We have about 11 hills within Nyatike ambao tunafanya restoration. As you can see this area, haikuwa vile mnamuona saa hii. Ilikuwa bare na ile mlima ndio ilikuwa iko na miti chache kidogo tu because of the effort ambayo ilikuwa inafanywa na watu wa KFS. Walikuwa wamepanda miti huko 80s. But from those 80s up to now, hii sehemu ilikuwa na a lot of encroachment ambao the community walikuwa wanaona this is now the open land ambao wanaweza kuja waka encroach na wakakata miti na kufanya mambo yao. So when this community came together and we formed this we call CFA, na tukaleta community pamoja and the KFS and other partners, we start restoring this place. And you can see a lot of changes now. This place ilikuwa bare, kwa na miti, these natural trees ilikuwa zimekatwa. These trees we plant here on 2018. And you can see the way now they are picked. We have about 6 blocks here. The other one is on this side, the other one is this one, the other one is that one. And all because this place is about over 2,000 hectares. Ambao sisi kama the CFA and other stakeholders tunafanya kazi hapa. And also other hills within Nyatike. Kwa hivyo sisi kwanza tunaweza kupongeza the World Vision and Regreening Project. Tangu tukae pamoja, to partner together, and we start sensitizing the community for how to protect their community forest and also the Kenya forest. Ndio imefanya sehemu hii imekuwa vile iko hivi sasa. And I can tell you, we have about 5 to 6 streams within this forest ambao zilikuwa zimekauka, hazikuwa na maji, and even the wild animals zilikuwa hapa kama hyenas, hare and zebras and even gazelles walikuwa hapa. But because this place was bare, walihama. But when we start restoring this place, they have come back. Hata sasa hivi vile tuko hapa utaweza stuka tu hyena is around because it's enjoying the bush and everything ambayo inapatikana hapa sasa. Hata these hares wanapata hapa ndani. So inaonyesha kwamba the restoration of this place imeleta mabadiliko makubwa katika eneo mzima ya Nyatike. And I can tell you now, we are getting rain twice a year because of the restoration of these hills within Nyatike. And this is one of the major one. So hii ni kitu ambayo this community now they have changed their mindset. Wanapenda mambo ya kupanda miti. They know why they plant because they see now changes. We have also practicing things related to climate change. Kama mnavyojua climate change imeleta changamoto mingi. So our people now they can practice those things related to climate change because we have also our partners ambao wanafanya advocacy on climate change and mitigation practices. So hii sehemu sisi na sehemu zingine
na our lead farmers. Hayo yote imetokana na nguvu ya Regreening Africa kushirikiana na World Vision. Kwa hivyo World Vision ilikuwa Nyatike hapa mbeleni, because when they partner with this project of regreening, World Vision imesonga. At you can see, even if you go to Migori County, when you met even the governor, they know what World Vision is doing and Regreening Africa is doing to this place. Because wametuinua, wamefanya the community have changed their mindset, and they know how now they can protect their environment bila hata au kuambiwa. So mimi naweza nikawaambia kwamba we are very very proud of you people, and tunataka muendelee so that Nyatike ni one of the biggest constituency within Migori County. Tunataka tufikishe mpaka kule our neighbors of Gwasi, because if you can see Nyatike, we have some other hills near to our border with Suba constituency. So tunataka tufike kila mahali. And yesterday I've told you when we were at Duro's home kwamba that area was flood. Ilikuwa inakumbwa na mambo ya flood. Na World Vision ilikuwa inatoa usaidizi kule. But when our people came together and they changed their mindset, they know how now to protect mambo ya floods. Bila hata kujumuisha wengine ama kutegemea serikali, you can see now those displaced people, they can come back, wanaweza kukaa kwenye maboma yao vile walikuwa wanakaa kule mbeleni, without going to the camps. So you can see that change. Hiyo change imekujana because wa mindset na kuelimishwa kutokana na capacity build ambayo walimefanyiwa na watu wa Regreening Africa na other stakeholders. We have so many stakeholders, county government, KFS, so many stakeholders wamekuja, they have come in to help people of this region, especially from Migori up to Nyatike here, where we are. So mimi naweza kusema kwa ufupi kwamba Regreening Africa Project kushirikiana na World Vision, county government, national government na other stakeholders wamefanya sisi tumefika mali tumefika sasa. Hizi miti amungekuwa mnaweza kuipata hapa, because the encroachment, you know, this is the area where mining activities is taking place in a big scale. So wakiona tu miti hiyo ni kuni, and they sell, they get money. But because of the protection the KFS is providing here, you can see, even grassing, you cannot find the animals here, because the protection that the KFS are giving this place. So we also thank the KFS for the good cooperation they are doing for us as this community. You know, hii mlima ni karibu na wale mahali the community watu wanaishi. Kama ingekuwa the protection na kuchange mindset, hizi miti tungepata. Ingekuwa imeenda yote kuuzwa kwenye mining areas, because hii yote hii sehemu yote imekuwa surrounded na mambo ya mining. So you can see there's a lot of interest kwa firewood na timber, things like that. Kwa hivyo mimi as the chairman on behalf of this community, I can say we want to thank you so much, World Vision and Regreening Africa, from bringing this community together and capacity build them, and they have now changed their mindset, and you can see not only planting trees, we have also our lead farmers who are now very very serious on planting fruits, and tukienda huko mtaona exhibition ambayo tumefanya, mtaona huko yale ambayo the production sasa ambayo tunaanza kutoa from that 2018, production inaanza kutoka. So wakati tutafika huko mtaona those products ambayo sasa each and every household inakuwa naye kwenye boma yake. Significant. I want to tell you, because you know watu dependent ya pesa ya gold, alafu kujuambie mtu apande miti ya shilingi 10. Is it possible? Not possible. But the community have changed their mindset. Even those miners, they are now planting trees. Even you go to the areas where the mining activity is taking place, you can find there is trees there planted near to those holes. So kwa hivyo hii ni kitu ambayo imetusongeza sisi mbali, na ushirikiano mzuri na administration yote ya county hii, from the county commissioner mpaka hapa chini the DC, tunaenda kukutana na yeye huko, the OCPD, even the officers of the government, yote tuko naye team moja. And that is the effort we are making as the CFA, so that we bring all of the stakeholders on board to achieve one goal. Otherwise, Mr. Koth, karibu, tusumuze kidogo, then we mark this day by planting trees, and then we move to Sami's place where you can see also an orchard farm ambayo imefanywa tu hivi mejusi, lakini sasa hivi inaanza kuproduce vitu. And we
kile nasema ni kwamba ukisoma regreening ilikuwa tuna target tree planting on farm, reversing land degradation by smallholder farmers in Africa by planting trees on farm. But what tulikaa na Charles, and when we understood this project better, kuna kitu ilituingia kwa akili kwamba you see, if these communities living in these areas which are degraded, they need ecological services. Remember, they need water to flow so that they can get water for their household use. They can get water for their nurseries. They can get water for irrigating even their fruit trees, and also the catchment, the rain catchment. They need the rain under conducive environment because for them to improve their livelihood restoration. So what we thought was you cannot restore the degraded sites at community level when you have degraded ecosystems and water catchment areas. Water will not flow to the households and will not get rain. So we came up with the approach of using community members and government institutions as stakeholders to protect water catchment areas and ecosystems like this one. So kile tulifanya, tulienda na sheria ya Kenya, Forest Conservation and Management Act of 2016, ilianza 05 ikakuwa amended later. Inasema communities can be registered in form of community forest association under Kenya Forest Service, and from there they can work together to protect areas like this. Lakini sasa the regreening approach, na hii mimi nasema ni unique in the country, ni kwa sababu we are saying if you're protecting or restoring ecosystems like this, you don't need to cut the existing vegetation, and that is where FEMINAR now comes in. We have existing vegetation. What we need to do, and that is what we have done in capacity building partners and communities, is to manage the already existing vegetation. And then in areas where you have open spaces like this, you can enrich with other trees. Imagine this tree was planted in 2018. You can look at it. And also, if you look at the level of trees which have been managed, you can see the regeneration rate. So that model is different. If you look at that hill, KFS, Kenya Forest Service, had a project of Danida, and they were introducing species of other trees to the same ecosystem. But now you can see the mindset we have changed even to the institution that you don't need to clear vegetation to plant trees. Let us take care of the trees which are there so that we can accelerate restoration, we can reduce the cost of restoration, we can also induce a technology which is much simple to the community to restore their own areas. And that is why we've been able to change the climatic conditions of Nyatike. When I came here, Charles remembers very well, we had a cluster manager called Thomas Inde. Thomas Inde was asking me, Brian, why are you planting trees in short rains? Because there is no rain here. But I told him, even in our home place, if you plant in the short rains, some will survive up to the long rains. So we need to start something. So the rain season was once in a year, but now you can see it is two. Why? Because of these water catchment areas. Now, we decided that if we conserve this ecosystem is not enough, we have other hills. So we decided to extend, and the good thing, Kenya Forest Service has gazetted those hills. So through the project of scaling up FMNR, which Emily implements, we formed user groups in all the other hills. We have 11 of them, including this one. So we capacity build communities in those areas as user groups to be part of this CFA, so that they can take care of those degraded hills. But they are gazetted. And the good thing, they established nurseries and they started planting trees on those hills. But we needed to have a legal document which can bind all this work. And remember, this is a model which we wanted to scale up to partners and also to other restoration areas, so that even when KFS and other partners they are restoring hills, they can adopt this model of FMNR and enrichment plan. So we developed a participatory forest management plan. You can have a look at it. And this is the one which we were saying we need to launch. You can have a look. This is a document, we developed an action plan that we need to launch it. We had 3 of them, you can share. It is a bulk.
Okay.
Yeah. So this document, it is under Forest Conservation and Management Act of 2016. So communities, CFS and Kenya Forest Service, county government, they sign an agreement, a binding agreement, and it is for 5 years normally. So this one is from 2022 to 2026, I think so. So this document is backed up by forest management agreement, and we have a forest management agreement, which has provisions on what you can do here and what you can't do here. Yeah. So this one is signed when you are launching. Yeah, this is a document, but this one is an agreement which Kenya Forest Service can sign together with the community on how they are going to manage this area. You can have a look at it. So, what we are saying is this model is well structured under the law, and that is the last step which we need to do together with the gazettement of this area so that it is protected fully and it is binded by the legal framework under Kenya Forest Service. So another thing is this hill has attracted a lot of partnership. And that is what they are talking about, blocks. We have a Kima University, Kongong Road. I saw it the other day when I was in Nairobi. They have a block here. British American Tobacco, they have a block here. Equity Bank, they have a block here. So county government, they have a block here. So more and more partners are getting interested in restoring in that model. So, so this document, now the issue of sustainability. This document can be used to mobilize resources, even from the county government, because it has even the activities to do and also the cost implications. So take advantage of this document once we launch it, to use it to mobilize resources, because even if regreening is facing out, we have left you with a binding document for your degraded areas where you are restoring with partners who are there. And we developed this document in a very comprehensive partnership way. County government was involved, NEMA, just you remember very well. Private sector, communities, they were there developing this document. So even if regional manager, even if we launch this document, you will not hear about any complaint. It was very inclusive and involving. So we urge Kenya Forest Service to help us, because we have used a lot of funds and time to develop this document, and the last time I followed up, it was in the office of the Chief Conservator of Forest. I know he has been busy a lot, but we need to push a bit and get his appointment so that we can come along this document and start implementation, because we're in 2023, it is in 2022. So we need to move with speed, but I know and we appreciate your presence, and that is one of the impacts I've seen from this NOCC visit. Taking some of the actions which you have talked about. So I'm a very happy man, and I will urge World Vision. Philip is here, we have Jacqueline, people who are there in the programmatic level, like also Bernard. Let us adopt this model in the restoration sites where World Vision is working, so that we can accelerate. Imagine those 11 hills are 1,310 hectares. So you can see you can achieve, because these projects we are implementing, they have big targets. So this model can help us achieve more targets and more impact to the community and also to the biodiversity. So thank you very much.
First of all, I would like to say, to convey his apologies for not being with us here today. As you are aware, we have a new government in place, so there is a lot of activities moving around, particularly in terms of forest conservation, planting. All these activities are going on. Right now, today is 14th, and on 21st, the President, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, will be launching nationally tree planting activity for the short lanes. So this is something I would also like to tell everyone in Migori County to do it on that particular day. There are certain selected sites which have been identified. Like here in Migori, we'll be doing the planting in Longo University, just to do it in, to do the same launching. The president will be doing it in Gong Hills in Nairobi. Secondly, I would like to talk about Nyatike, Milema Hill. We have been very much talking about gazettement, and what I would like to report is that all these, gazettement is a process, and it has some stages which we have to follow, whereby after reaching Parliament, that is now the final stage where the Parliament can take a final decision to gazette it. And where we have done, what we have done is that it has gone up to the CCF level, whereby it needs the blessing of the Kenya Forest Board. Just recently, one of our chairmen his time have expired, and right now we have an acting chairman of the Kenya Forest Board, and you know, without a full-fledged chairman, there are certain decisions which we need to delay a bit, so that when we get the real chairman, we can now continue. So what I want to tell you is that this process is still on. It is with the Chief Conservator of Forest, and when time comes, we'll have to move to the next level, and within a period of time, I think we'll have to, this place will have to be gazetted. Yeah, it will have to be gazetted. We have seen all those things which are required from our region here. The Forest Conservation Committee, which is at the region level, have already recommended, and those recommendations have been forwarded to the Kenya Forest Board, who are supposed to once again give their recommendation, and then CCF, as the secretary of that board, is supposed to compile those recommendations and forward them to the minister, who will later forward them to Parliament. So that process is still on, and I want to assure you, very soon we are going to have Nyatike Milema Forest Block being gazetted as one of them. Secondly, about the signing of this agreement and also the launching of the management plan. This one I have to inform the CCF, the Chief Conservator of Forest, to give us advice on the way forward. I'm meant to understand it's still on his table, awaiting other advice from the Kenya Forest Board. So I promise our team here, I'm going to follow it up immediately. Before the end of the week, I'll have given a word from the Chief Conservator. What is the way forward for this thing? It's already complete. The World Vision have done their part. Yes. So what is awaiting is just to launch. Yes. So I'll have to give you a word, maybe probably early next week, because I have to. You have given me the work today. That is on Wednesday. Yes. And there is that period of now inquiring and looking for the CCF to give me the way forward. I'll have to give back. I have to give you the feedback. Wonderful. Yeah. And lastly, I want to commend Milema Nyatike CFA through the chairmanship of Mr. Odil.
Yes.
Odil, yes.
That's a German name.
I also have congratulations for the good work the CFA is doing. As I told you in my earlier remark, that it is very interesting to see natural regeneration coming up naturally without any interference from the human activities. You go to other places, just towards here, just next,
sure.
you'll see spotting of bangi growing. I hope we don't have any bangi growing. Akula. You would also see spotting of smoke, charcoal burning. But here in Milema we don't have. Congratulations. Thank you very much. We are very happy with, of the kind of work we are doing. This is an indication that these people are well sensitized. They are well sensitized, they are well organized, and they have come up with a management plan. They are ready to move forward. So we are here as Kenya Forest Service to give you full support.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So these are something I have to report back to the CCF to inform me that the kind of work being done in Nyatike now, it is giving us a challenge. We needed to do something to promote and to make sure that that place is gazetted, the management plan is launched, so that we give them the impetus to work. And it was a conservation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And also a benchmarking site.
Yes. For other activities. So we are going to do something.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wong. Clap for Mr. Wong. I think I want to give Director Jackie to say a word, but
yes. Thank you so much, Charles and Mohammed.
Yes.
Really, I'm so encouraged, Chairman, also listening to the achievements that you've highlighted. You know that you're receiving rains twice a year. Previously it was one. That even the wild animals, the hyenas and the rabbits are back because of the conducive environment.
Yes.
The mindset change, because that's actually foundational. We change the mind, we change everything. And it is evident by what we are able to see today. So thank you so much for that. I think this should be a flagship, a benchmarking site for other counties. And I was just going to add, for the gazettement, we do have relationships we can tap into at the national level. So I'd like to know what it is that World Vision can support with the national engagements that will fast track the gazettement process. Yes, please.
I think we can form a small team, a small team comprising of various stakeholders. Whom we can, I think you can sponsor to go to the CCF office and find out. Don't leave that work alone, to me alone. I would like to go with a team so that we look for appointment with the CCF, and then from there we get the way forward from here.
It's a good way forward. So Philip, I will task you with that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The list of names and the actions.
Very good. Chairman, we are back to you. We are doing well.
The next step after planting the trees is the FMNR, Farmer Managed Natural Regeneration. So, yesterday during Jamhuri Day, the President said all chiefs has to plant 3,000 seedlings per week. But today we want to demonstrate to you the cheapest way to plant trees. The cheapest way to plant trees. So it is FMNR, Farmer Managed Natural Regeneration, which was introduced to us here in Nyatike by the Regreening Africa Project in 2018 by Madam Emily Ouko. She is with us here, Dr. Charles and Okop Brian, and our environment officer, Bwana Alan, and other officers, and the aircraft team. So, first of all, what is the process? So, the first thing you have to do when you want to practice FMNR, you do the site selection. You survey your farm. For instance, here we have 2,000 acres, but we have been doing it bit by bit as we do enrichment planting. So the first step is to survey the field. Then after surveying, you will select the trees you want to manage. So for instance, today we are going to use, this is Rus natalensis called Sangla in Luo. It is a medicinal tree. It is also a timber and also used for carving. So it is the one we are going to use on our FMNR is done. So after doing site selection like this one, then you plan with the trees. That after 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, I want them to grow into a bigger tree. So you will select the best 5 out of that shrub or out of the regrowth from a stump or a big tree. But now if it is from a regrowth like this one, they are regenerating. So now you only select about 5 of them, the one you want to manage. So for instance here, we will select 5. So this one I will practice FMNR on this one, this other one, and this other one, and even this one, other one. Then the end product you use at home for wood fuel, or you can use as charcoal burning, and even for building, and even for carving and other activities depending on the need. So also the tools. You have to make sure you have tools. And the tool we are using, the first tool is panga, this one. And you have to make sure it is sharp like this one. So it has to be sharp. You can use a sekatua like this one, or sickle, or other tool. And also you can use a jembe to weed it. You have to tender it, love it. So first of all, I'm going to use the panga now to demonstrate how the FMNR is done, the process. So when you have a panga, you don't just come and hold the panga like this one. You have to put it upside down before starting. So this is how it is done. So I will only leave 5 of them, and the rest I will remove. So this is how we go now. And you can make sure the surrounding, you remove the unwanted weeds, then you now do the FMNR itself. So this is how we carry we hold the panga like that, and you can see we avoid doing it like this because you will create a wound and it can affect the tree. So this is how it is done. And you can see when the panga is very sharp, it is very fast. But today I want to remove this one because it is unwanted one. And this one, we normally carry them home for domestic use. The CFA members normally carry them home for domestic use. We don't throw them. And if you have, it is also a fodder for goats, and even the cows eat it. So that is how we do FMNR. And the tree, you prune halfway. You don't have to prune up to the apex of it, but you prune halfway like this. And also you can use this one also to do FMNR like that. But it is very expensive, like this one is 4,000, so you just use the normal panga. We encourage our farmers to use just normal panga. So this is how it is done. You will bear with me because of time, but I'll just do it the way we normally does it. So this one also, you can check, then you remove this other one. So I've left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are others still have to remove. So, okay, this one is also not a good one. So now we have remained with this one can now remain. Then this process, you have to repeat it after every 3 months or 6 months or even yearly, so that the regenerations, the unwanted one, will not grow because they will be competing with the food if they are many. So basically this is how we do FMNR. And this one we have done FMNR now because I said you have to prune halfway, not the whole tree.
Thank you so much.
And CFA has been doing this one, and we have replicated it to other members and even to other group members and even the user groups at Omange in Karungu all over. And even for the all of Migori County, we, through CFA and Regreening Africa Project, through World Vision, and even through the videos we have been sharing with ICRAF, they have been taught on how FMNR is done. And it is the cheapest way to plant trees. Today, right now I've planted 5. So it is the cheapest way. You only need a panga. One seedling is 10 bob, but this one is free. And you can only take 5 minutes or 10, and you have done 3 or 6 trees.
Okay, can we clap to Mr. Garrett? I think that is the end of it. We now move to something we are using instead of even planting more exotic trees. But this is the one you can nurture the tree that is a friendly environment to the area where the tree is. So thank you so much. You can proceed.
Thank you. Yeah, 2 bedrooms with big kitchen, big living room. So it's actually a very nice house. But I didn't realize how far it was.
Hey, I want to sweat mateko. Sweat tunoa.
crop in the farm that time? Oh, bread is still being cooked.
Yeah. So, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Hi. Because I have my friend from Senegal who is also a brother to Saido Mane. I would like to talk in English.
Please go ahead.
I'm called Umowiti, and this is the homestead now. In 2008, we were blessed to get somebody from Regreening Africa called Brian and Charlie. The two friends told us that we can do what is called FMNR. Before we did the FMNR, we used to go without food for days. And even if the relief came to the government site, we used to scramble for food, whereby we were canned by the administration officials. But because we had Charles and Brian, things have drastically changed today. Well, Brian told us that there is something called FMNR. FMNR is just identifying an FMNR potential, which was a once cut down tree, and there are some sprouting branches. As you can see here, the indigenous trees are very friendly to this environment. Hereby, we were taught that when there are other branches sprouting up, you select the stronger ones and then you break, you chop away the weaker ones, hence leading to a regrowth from the indigenous trees. As you know, the indigenous trees are very friendly to the farm in that during the drought season, the leaves drops on the soil, and then when it rains, the rain the leaves avoids soil erosion. Then the water sink in the ground, and then the ground becomes all that watery. So there are times of the year that I plant even when there is no rain, but because of the indigenous trees, the crops used to produce very well. And then it is only this season that things have somehow changed. But since the starting of the FMNR, everything has been going to a success, and even my family goes with food. I have enough food to put on the table and a surplus to sell. So instead of selling the surplus, I do take the surplus food to school and pay for my children's school fees. My children are never chased from school. I have a girl here who did grade 6 and 2 boys in secondary school, of which the fee are paid using the products from the garden. Also, one thing is that there is a biodiversity enhancement. You can see the birds singing over there. At night, the birds hibernate in the trees, and then in the morning, the birds attack the fall armyworm on the maize. So you can see that by conserving indigenous trees on the farm, we have other advantages apart from being friendly to the crop. Also, I was lucky to be given the pawpaw trees by Regreening Africa. The pawpaw trees are 105 female and then 105 males, females, and then 17 females, all on the garden. The pawpaws, during the rainy season, in a week I can harvest 100 kgs of pawpaws, and then I sell it at the center. Meaning I have my money every now and then. We were told by Regreening Africa that we should be praying in one denomination called mindset change. When you change your mind, you change your pocket, you change your lifestyle. All the household economic benefits are got from the change of the mind. As to me, my wife, normally the duty of collecting firewood in the African society remains with the girl child and the wife, but they don't go over the hill to look for firewood, because I do prune the trees. And there is a time that I pruned the trees from my indigenous trees and then burned it, and then I paid school fees. I went to school cycling on a bike. When the principal asked me, how much do you pay, what balance do you remain with, I put my hand in the pocket and then produced the fee for the whole year from the burnt charcoal. So apart from just conserving it, we are not conserving trees as a passion. Or as a hobby, we do it as a passion. We love trees. You can see that even the environment in this home is very different from the rest. I have also the beehive there. Also up there, I have 28 grafted mangoes provided to us by the aircraft. all these are the work of Mr. Okoth and Dr. Charles. Also, let me congratulate the forest and law enforcement officers who have helped us. These people were sometimes, when they came, they were our great enemies, but now they are our great friends, because when you are not just cutting a tree anyhow, oh, you get it. If you are too young, you are given vibocos. When you are over 18, you are taken to the cell. So everybody is now cautious about trees. You don't just go on cutting trees. As you can see, the purpose are ripe, being eaten. The project had made some people known as. Down there you can see I have Tephrosia farm there. Tephrosia is normally used in the control of mole rats. And then on the farm, we don't spray the animals using the chemical from the agrovet. We use the Tephrosia concoction mixed with the Mexican marigold and the Titonia. So these are all the products of the Regreening Africa. We have been capacity built to an extent that if we can be capacity developed, then every member of the community will be self-dependent. We don't just dip ourselves down underground looking for gold while leaving the wealth over the land here. This discovery has merely come because of the Regreening Africa. Thanks to Dr. Charles and brother, of course. You have made wonders. This time round, we don't go begging for food. We don't go begging for money every time and again, because we have been capacity built to this extent. And if just an adjustment a bit could be done, I think we would have gone far. But the adjustment, I mean, if we could be taken to areas where it is as dry as Nyatike but produces more like Makueni and other areas, then I think everybody will be satisfied with the project. Otherwise, your hill there is now fully conserved, and people don't go to the hill to look for the end products of the trees. We do get them locally. You know, in my area, I'm the first to initiate this action, and then I taught my neighbors. And if you can walk around, you can get over 600 farmers doing the same thing that I'm doing. Mine is a bit higher because I started earlier, but they are also picking up, and in times you will be shocked to walk around and see. Also, we got the advice from Regreening Africa that planting eucalyptus is somehow harmful to the garden, because you can see how dry that area is. So eucalyptus should be planted on its own as a woodlot, but not mixed with the other crops. Otherwise, I'm also one of the lucky farmers who had been given moringa trees. You can see I have over 47 moringa trees on farm. Moringa is very medicinal. It is also used as a vegetable. It has various uses. It cures malaria, and even men have certain problems. If you come to me and visit me, I'll tell you how moringa will help you in the future. Otherwise, my chairman is also having a blood pressure. He is advised that if he can eat 2 moringa pods a day, then the pressure is drastically reduced to 0. So you can see all these products have been brought to us because of Regreening Africa. We really embrace the project, and if it can go on a bit, then I don't think we'll be having problems.
No, not much. I think what the farmer is trying to say, if you look at the maize planted underneath the eucalyptus trees, you can see their height compared to this one and even their health. So that demonstrates. So we are using it as a learning center, because we are trying to model all this learning around what we call farmer field school. So the farmers come here, they have their own schedule of when they come and they learn, and so that's why it was advised to leave them. Secondly, the height they have now reached, if he has to sell them, he will get little money for them. But if they increase in girth, then definitely he can split them for timber and get even more money. So we said let them, meanwhile they can learn from them as they also grow, then he'll be able to get more income from them, because you can see as a mindset change. While we don't take them through a course called Empowered Wellbeing, that support them to develop that mindset change. So I think time may not allow us to walk through the farm, see the purpose and the grafted mangoes we talked about, but you can just throw your eyes and see.
Those are the products we are using, we are getting from FMNR as the CFA members and all the community of Nyatike, Mirema. So this is FMNR product. Now we will be moving now to the trees product. Since 2018, we were introduced to different models. Apart from FMNR technology, it was a new technology, and our farmers have adapted it, and you have seen the way they are doing it. That is why they thought it is wise they come and display that one. So we were taught by Regreening Africa on how to raise rootstock of mangoes. You can see here today we have mangoes, but not just mangoes, but we have grafted mangoes. So we were taught on how to do grafting, something very unique. These grafted mangoes, normally we used to get them in Homa Bay or Nairobi or Kisumu at Kibos. But nowadays, we get them locally here at the CFA level, within this World Vision compound, and also our tree nursery operators are to practice how to do grafting. So you can get it anywhere from our tree nursery operators or within the compound. Apart from mangoes, we also have oranges. We were taught on how to do grafting of oranges or budding of oranges. So that one we were also taught by aircraft through World Vision and Carefree. And also apart from that, we also have pawpaws. The climatic conditions as mangoes, also it is good and suitable for pawpaws. Only 9 months it will be ready. So there are different varieties. We have the local one, and this is the local papaya, but we have the improved one like Mufalme and the other one from Thailand, which has been introduced, and they grow very fast. So these are the mango, and we were taught by aircraft on how even to identify the male one, the female one. So our members knows on how to does that one best. So the seedlings are also readily available, and they are being raised by our own farmers here. So there is sustainability. Even if the project pull out, our members will get moving. That is on pawpaw. And we can see the product of pawpaw. These are from our farmers. Like we were at Summit Place, and even our farmers there, if you visit them, you will get pawpaw. Even in my place, you will get pawpaw. And also the product of mangoes. Yesterday we were at Mr. Duro's farm, and we saw these are from Mr. Duro's place, and even we ate some. And also we have other trees, fast growing trees like Acacia polyacantha. This Acacia polyacantha, like where we were planting trees, we saw that one, it was 4 years old, so it is a faster grower, and it is used for wood fuel, also for charcoal burning, and even for timber, for the Acacia polyacantha. And also this ash condition in Nyatike, Acacia polyacantha does well anywhere up to next to the lake. We also have Gravelia, and it is also a long-time nitrogen fixing for on farm. It can be planted with other crops. Also we have Gravelia, also which we also plant with other crops. All these, the seeds were being provided by Regreening Africa Project, and we have to thank them for that. Also we were taught on how to do grafting for avocados. We were not only restricting to mangoes and pawpaw, but also avocado. This is a grafted one, and the other one. So they are good. Instead of planting trees within the home, you can plant the fruits also. So it is the same. As you practice FMNR, we also have passion fruit. This is the yellow passion fruit. It does well in this region, and after doing FMNR, after doing practicing farmer managed natural regeneration, you can plant some passion fruit next to the trees, and you will be making use of those areas. So I've explained. We also have moringa tree. Moringa tree also was introduced to us by Regreening Africa Project, and it is a medicinal tree. Chairman here, CFA chairman had blood pressure, but nowadays he can confess it has reduced because of moringa. Yes. And also we have that youth group at Onged. Laviso and Kimai. They are using it, and there was a time, I told you I'm a community video taker, so we were documenting on how moringa has been used as a medicinal, and they were able to testify that moringa even cures malaria and other diseases. It is like a mwarobaine, neem tree. So it is a good tree, and also there is moringa chocolate and so many things. So we can use it to do validation also. So now where we have reached, we talked of FMNR, and FMNR, just practicing FMNR every day is not enough. So we have encouraged our farmers to do what? To start beekeeping. And Mr. Okello John is one of us, and he's coming from Omange in Karungu user group, and he will take us through on how they are doing beekeeping, and even the product of beekeeping is here, which has been branded Nyatike. As they do practice FMNR, they are doing beekeeping. So Mr. Okello, you can take us on how, what are these products and how do you make them, and what are the challenges and benefits?
Thank you very much, distinguished guests. My name is John Okello from Omange User Group in Karungu, under Nyatike CFA, Mirema CFA, which are being planted. We decided to move forward in doing the implementation of value addition. So amongst the products that we are doing from the beekeeping, we are having the wax, we are having honey products, we are having, we are now proceeding to getting the venom. We got somebody from Savannah who wanted us he decided to give us a machine which we are now going to harvest the venom. This venom, I don't know what we are doing with it, but it is something that is very expensive. That venom is 8,000 per one, per kg. And the royal jelly also is amounting to 42,000 per kilogram, which at the moment we don't have the machine. But what we are practicing is the production of honey, which we are, after the end products, we put them to the containers, we add the value, we do the branding, then we sell them. We sell locally, we sell to supermarkets. We have other customers from as far as in Nairobi and Mombasa. So our products here in Nyatike, they found that the honey from Nyatike is more or less the same as that one from Makueni. So they rated us as number 2 in Kenya. So our product is good. And our wax, we are now introducing, we are practicing on making of the candles. We have already decided, and we have made a pipe and that wig that we are going to make some candles. Already we have an expert who is training us on the making of candles, and we are soon going to produce them and take them to the local market and also to external market. We are also having making chewing gum. They are training us on that, and after that we'll be making the chewing gum from the wax. I think that one, that's all about our products of beekeeping at Umange User Group under Mirema, Nyatike Mirema, CFA.
Kamano kuom kelonwa welo koa kuonde maboyo, moko a Nairobi, moko a Naivasha, moko a Migori, mondo wadwaro ka. Madi yie telnwa gino mwabiro wacho, kendo gimoro amora mwatimo, watimo kwa imiyo go nying Ruoth. Duto wakwayo notimne mana kaka dwaro, e nying Ruoth Yesu.
Amen. Okay. Thank you, Malini. The word of prayer. I want to invite Dr. Charles. Once again, we introduce the guests because we have some of our stakeholders who have arrived. We will not be them on the other side. So I will invite you to do some of the introduction of our guests, then we will proceed. Thank you
so much, CFA Chair. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Charles Obiamo. I work for World Vision Kenya, and I've been here in Nigeria for some time, going and coming back. So today we have visitors. Some are from World Vision Kenya, others are from outside World Vision Kenya, but all of us have come because of this project called Regreening Africa. This project was covered in Africa, not only Kenya, Africa. So it has got stakeholders that span across different departments. Am I who? Yes. So I will not want to go into a lot of protocol. I just want the people who are here, starting from the people in front, to introduce themselves, where they come from and what they do, where they do it, where they come from, and how they relate to this work. And then I'll give back the chair. Before I do that, I'll say one of the things.
Good afternoon. My name is Anderson Kirila from the Stockholm Environment Institute. I'm the program leader for energy and climate change. What we do with this project is to provide analysis of the economics of land regulation. And I'm happy to see the wonderful work that we together as partners have done with local stakeholders to achieve what we have today. And I'm very proud of it and hope that we're able to work in partnership with or without Regreening Africa to scale the results to other areas. Thank you very much.
Asanteni sana kwa sababu sisi tukianza hatukujua kama sababu kiasi, lakini nyinyi mlishika na tunaona kwamba mtaendeleza na mtafanya hata zaidi kuliko ile tumefanya kwa miaka 5 imepita. Mungu awabariki na abariki kazi ya mikono yenu. Asante.
Good afternoon. Yangu ni kushukuru Mungu because of the journey that we've done 5 years ago together, and I'm very proud to see some of the training that we've been doing on beekeeping, on value chains. You can see the products there. Clap for yourselves. So thank you so much all our partners. So as ECRAF and as we are very, as a lead for this consortium, we are very happy, and thank the World Vision for the leadership. We will not have this kind of results if we not do the good work that we've done. So thank you so much, everyone, and God bless you.
I'm so happy to see the products of the regreening. It's not about ensuring that Africa is green, but ensure that even our stomach is green. This is honey, so this is Israel where we were supposed to go. It's already here. What we are missing is this. I'm so happy to see you, and I'm so happy to note that this project has not only eradicated poverty, but has also ensured that we are food secure. So I want to pray and continue and praise our partners that we have closely worked with them, Ministry of Environment, Kenya Forest Service, ICRAF, Stockholm Institute, among others who have made this possible. Can you give them a... Thank you so much.
Naitwa I work with Blue Cross and we partner together with World Vision. I have three things that I wanted to say. First of all is to thank World Vision for this project. Also to thank the government together with ICRAF and other stakeholders for supporting the project. Two is to thank Wananchi for embracing the project. And my last statement is to request World Vision and other stakeholders that this thing is good and can be seen. Please, we do what? Kwa Kijaluo tunasema kama itikimea. That is a low statement. Ikiwa tamu naongea. We are requesting on behalf of the Mirema and CFA that please, if funding can be availed again, so that this project can continue with another phase, and that phase will not only be tree planting and ensuring that our climate, but also ensuring that we do value addition to the purpose, the same way we are doing for honey, because that will also help us to have better work.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you so tired?
No.
I'm Berry Otieno from Kenya Forestry Research Institute, Migori. In Kefri, we do research in forestry and allied natural resources, and we do advisory. And we are happy to be part of this team today.
Habari yenu. My name is Tusemi Wahome. I'm the Regional Forest Officer based in Kisumu at Kenya Forest Service. Kitu ya kwanza ni kushukuru wananchi wa hapa Mirema, Nyatike Mirema kwa hii kazi nzuri mmefanya. Naona CFA imejikakamua kweli kweli. Tunaona matunda ya ile kazi ya hii CFA imefanya. To see honey, honey is an indication that you have well conserved the environment. The forest have come up, and as a result of that, because of the many tree species which are growing together, nyuki imepata mahali ya kutoa kufanya nini? Kukaa. Na saa ile nyuki imekaa mahali, tunapata nini? Asali. Si kweli? Yeah. Otherwise, ukienda mahali ingine, mahali hakuna forest, huwezi ukapata asali. Hapa tumeambiwa na wale wameongea hapa, particularly wenyeji wamesema mmekuwa experience nini? Mvua mara mbili. Mvua ya kwanza, mvua ya pili kwa mwaka mzima. Sio ni nzuri. So this is very good. Yafike Milema CFA kwa hii kazi nzuri, na tunaomba through the partnership with the World Vision, Regreening Project, ICRAF, tuendelee kwa hii kazi nzuri in partnership with the Kenya Forest Service, tuendelee to conserve our forest, and in so doing tutapata so many other benefits. With those few remarks, asante sana.
Nyatike Mirema Community Forest Association was formed in 2018 with 69 members, 22 female and 47 males, and it is domiciled in Makaka, Kanyarwanda, Ward and Nyatike Sub-County. Our mandate was to protect and preserve and conserve our environment in Nyatike Sub-County in collaboration with KFS, community structures, and other stakeholders. It is through the support of Kenya Forest Services and the Regreening Africa Project to get where we are now. Our connection with the Regreening Africa Project, they have made it possible to sensitization of awareness creation that led to formation of CFA in 2018 in partnership with KFS. Through the capacity building, they trained our farmers in different fields, provide us with tree seedlings, demonstrated the same to us, facilitated us to participate in ACK show, and various extent visits within and outside our county. Through networking, the project has linked us to different entities for support like the BAT, Equity Bank, County Government, the Nyatike Constituency Development Fund, Carefree, Dhaka, Hekima University College, just to mention a few. The project supported us to secure land for setting up a tree nursery as an operational base, which was now being a landing site for other many trees nursery operators in Nyatike and the entire Migori County. They have provided us with means and transport facilitation during restoration activities and during awareness creation to other groups and communities. They have facilitated us to undertake landscape restoration activities leading to making of International Day of Forest, IDF, and the World Environment Day, and also to take lead in long-term and short-range tree planting events in Nyatike sub-county. It also made us to access training hall for our meetings, where we had today, and all training to other community members on how best practices and approaches. The following are the greening approach and adopted mostly by our farmers, which has brought a behavior change and attitude in our sub-county. Forest landscape restoration through FMNR and enrichment planting, tree nursery establishment and management and marketing our tree products. On-farm integration of high-value indigenous trees with food crops, fruit-free agroforestry, establishment of mango fruits, tree mother blocks to promote mango farming, soil and water conservation practices, e.g. mulching, cover cropping, rain, water harvesting, and others. Here are some changes in our livelihood and income as a result of above approaches. Alternative, sustainable, and decent livelihood source through tree nursery operation, fruit-free agroforestry, and high-value tree on-farm. Improve food and nutrition security through nutrients-rich indigenous and exotic fruits. Income from sale of fruits, seedlings, and extension services to other farmers. Diversified ecosystem services like wild animals, butterflies, bees, and ecotourism, and many more. The impact on our children and women environment. Our children live healthy life, free of malnutrition due to improved access to clean water, fruits, and other food groups. Girls and women have improved access to clean water from springs and rivers in the forest, and fuelwood from pruning, and so to spend more time in productive activity. Boys and girls have improved access to education and healthcare services from improved household income in our locality. Over 2,000 hectares of Nyatike Birema Hill and other gazetted hills within Nyatike is now under restoration. Therefore, there is a reduced deforestation for fuelwood and charcoal as a result of FMNR training to our community members. Reduced impact of food in lower basins in Nyatike sub-country as it used to be in Nyora and Kabuto. This area has been having a lot of floods. Reduced impact of winds due to wind breaks from trees planted. There is also change in weather pattern in Nyatike due to restored water towers. Now we can get rain season twice a year. Our future plan as this community is to extend our restoration activities to other 11 water towers in Nyatike under restoration, launching an implementation of participatory forest management plan, PFMP, to continue guiding in forest landscape restoration and rehabilitation of other landscape in Migori County. to influence the county government budget to increase allocation to environmental conservation and climate change adaptation and mitigation practices. I think we have also a picture. I think you have this copy. There is a picture how you can see where Milema was on those back days and now where we are today. So, my fellow guests and our stakeholders and the community, I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for your coming to see what we have been doing as the community and where we are today since we formed this community and we changed the mindset of this community. Otherwise, I want to say thank you so much. I want now to acknowledge our stakeholders that were come here because we have done a lot with them. First of all, my brother from BT have talked, but I want you to say something in 3 minutes again, in collaboration with what we have done with you people and the support you have been giving us as this community in this region. Otherwise, Mr. Malela, I want to start with you, and then we shall follow that to all of our stakeholders, ili watu wajue yale ambayo tumefanya na nyinyi. Sawa sawa? Sawa sawa? Are you happy people? So I want you to clap yourself because these are very important guests. What I decided not to give you was here because I'm a happy man. You know, this is the first time this high-profile delegation come from Nairobi and outside Kenya. To come down here. You heard our all brothers have said we are a serious community. Kama mnaweza kuambiwa kwamba you are serious people, you know that tumefika mbali. And I want to thank you this community, for the support you have been giving us. Ndio ifanye kazi yetu iwe rahisi. You see, I want also for Daktari, I want to acknowledge my DCC amekuwa na sisi hapa, but because of the examination going on around, and they also, Madam OCPE, they were to be here, but because of the examination is starting arriving, so they told me, Yakom, we cannot make it because this is a very important exercise. We must give security for this exam. So for the apology, we must say, Asante. Senior. If you can see, we plant with Ubila, we call police Ubila. We plant with them together, and they put their ground down, and we plant with them. That is show that they are so much committed. So they have been supporting us and all of our stakeholders. So when Mr. Malela, just want you to say something small. Then we move to another stakeholders. Then we call it a day.
University sent me over to study this. Yeah. So basically, what I'm interested in is to understand now this process called natural regeneration. Yeah? So when you don't plant trees, and trees still come, and they come for free. That's very good, isn't it? So I see that you're making very productive use of that at the CFA site, but also on the different farms. And now what we're trying to understand is what tree species regenerate under what conditions. Yeah? If a site is maybe flooded or another site is very dry, yeah? What species regenerate? Also, one site is maybe grazed, the other one not. We get different species, isn't it? And those different species have different benefits to the farmers and to the community. So we're trying to understand these mechanisms. And I see that there is a lot of knowledge with you, with the farmers, yeah, who are seeing this every day. So that's why we held workshops. We had one workshop here in this hall actually, and many of you, I see familiar faces. So we discussed what is it that regenerates, under what conditions, and how can we benefit from it. And then the next step of the research was to establish research plots. So also a number of you, I have visited your farms and we have established plots. And with a plot, I mean this is now a big square, 25 by 25 meter. And within this big square, we measure all the trees. And in a smaller part, even the small trees, yeah? Because the small trees are now the big trees for the future, isn't it? So we're trying to understand what can it bring to farmers and to the community on the long term, yeah? What does it look like in 10 years? What does it look like in 20 years? And what will it give to me and my family? And the reason I was invited by the CFA chairman is because we also have one plot now on the CFA land. And that, for that I need to explain that we have two types of plots. Yeah? On the one hand, we're studying now the trees and the natural regeneration in the FMNR fields where it's combined with maize. Yeah? So the farmer is selecting the trees to promote and is removing the other trees. Then the land on the CFA in the Mirema Hill, it is actually where nature goes its course, right? So people are not managing it actively. We selected a part where there's no tree planting so that we can see what is it that nature gives to people when it's not being managed and it's not being grazed. So we're very grateful to participate with the CFA for this research. And of course, the knowledge that comes from this research, we will bring it back to you, yeah? So that you can also learn from what we're all doing together. Yeah? This is also a partnership, and that is something that is coming back a lot during this day, and that I take home also, that this is all about partnerships. And I feel that there's also a role for science, yeah? So we can really learn, and we can improve our practices. Yeah? Which trees are better to promote, which ones are better to remove, for instance. So I thank you very much, and I'm still learning a lot from what you're doing here. And I hope also to bring back results once I have them, maybe next year, or will communicate with the chairman to also be able to reach out to you. Thank you so much.
Mr. Dulu, just wait to us, please.
Thank you so much.
Martin Dulu is a serious farmer, and also a serious environmentalist who was here yesterday. Now, we've heard you very well from your perspective, sustainability. I want to clarify some things very quickly and then hand over to my director to just conclude before I give back to the chairman. We are seeing what's happening. From World Vision's perspective, a project has its own cycle. Project or a program has its own cycle, when it starts and when it ends. So a project must end. Even if another phase will come or another one will come, it has to end. This project, from the banner that you are seeing, we have here 2017-2022 is what is written there. So this is the year this project has to end. That one we don't dispute. That's there. Second thing, this is one of the most successful projects I've ever managed as a person. Reason being, this project has given back to the CFA, the Chikemerema CFA, that we are now very proud to associate with here. We formed it in this hall after doing a series of sensitization to the community, in Mr. Butu, and other stakeholders like Alan said. And then we came here and agreed, and training was here in laboratory for 2 weeks. We supported them to register the Attorney General chambers. And we have seen that as lessons learned, that where communities are committed to landscape restoration and they are willing partners, the gains in environmental conservation and climate change mitigation can be sustained. Mr. Malela has talked of what they are doing. We don't have Equity Bank here to talk what they are doing there. We don't have Family Bank talk what they are doing. We don't have DACA talk what they are doing there. But this CFA today is serving Mr. Wahome here from the Regional Forestry Office in Nyanza. The other day they were hosting the CFA chair, National CFA chair in Migori. We are praying that the CCF, Mr. Kama, will come and launch their PFMP. We are praying that through them, the Mirama will be gazetted. Those are achievements. Sustainability is just automatic. This project has given back to the Regreening Homa Bay FMNR project. Actually, this project gave back to GIZ FMNR Scale-Up project.
This project has given birth to another project coming in Yantike, funded by the Netherlands government. That is sustainability. When we see these projects here, we don't even now say, we don't cry, we celebrate. That's why today it's a little dancing. Yeah, we dance. You know, sometimes when I was young, I remember how people used to cry when a young man dies. A young man who was not married, how when he dies, how the mother would cry or wail. We don't wail like that today. You can see these vehicles. These vehicles are not here because they want to show you that they are big vehicles. No. They are happy to connect for the good success that we have. So the lead farmers are here. Carefree Migori is here, represented by the director and another staff here. KFS is here. So where are we going? And Mr. Lad is here representing the agriculture is here. The water admin is here. Institutions that we strengthen, work with closely, and we are living their life. So this project has done marvelous. For me, I'm not looking at target, I'm looking at impact. When you hear of now birds are back, springs are back, rainfall is now 2 seasons, and I know, because I know which month we used to go and look for water at Father Claudio's home, because there was no water here. We would have to go to Father Claudio's home to look for, exchange water ile ya River Kuja, na ile yake underground. But these days I have lived here, even in the Coast Ghana, we have never done that. So me, I'm the happiest man. And when we end here, bring us another song we will dance as we go through. Please, I don't want to. I'm a prayer God. I want to give you time. This is a very honored lady. By the way, let me say, to be honest, I've worked with her. In my time, in one thing, when I felt I was doing my best. You know, sometimes like a vehicle reaches gear 5, now it's just cruising now. Kama ni maziwa kwa bahari sasa upepo yote imetulia inaenda tu shibo. That's the time I worked very close with her when she was in emergency rescue. I enjoyed working with her. When I came back and found that she's now helping us to source for money, she understands the circle of emergency and development. She's here to see how that money has been utilized and whether it's sustainable. I want her to just say a few remarks, and then someone will, you will take over we want to reward some people here, and then someone will pray for us, and then we can dance as we do. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daktari. From where I stand, I want to really say thank you so much, CFA members of Nyatike. What we have seen today is memorable. I've heard you talking about your improved quality of life. That what children have been able to go to school, be able to pay their fees, be able to take care of their health needs, and you're also able to improve your environment. And this is really a beautiful place to live. Many of us who live in Nairobi would desire to live in a place like this. That is, we have to. So it's really amazing that you can enjoy such nice environment and also reap the benefits that come with that. Improved household income. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want, that you're able to take care of our children and provide them the life and the quality of life that we desire. And having said that, Waswahili wanasema kilicho na mwanzo lazima kiwe na mwisho. So as my colleague says, I want to also emphasize that we have come to the end of this program. But what is really exciting about the finish is that I saw a lot of farmers, lead farmers, putting their hands up. So these are the lead farmers who will spread the gospel. So you're the farmers who will be able now to take the bull by the horns and reach out to the other communities and show them, through evidence what you're able to do. So all is not lost. Now you're going to be taking the bull by the horns. Hata mama akipata mtoto, si ananyonya miezi ngapi? 6, very compulsory. After 2 years, anakuwa anawacha. Ama ananyonya milele. So the same way, you have to take up the bull by the horns and now shika ushukani, mfundisha wale wenzenu, si ndio? And that will be our desire to see you really a community that has been restored, landscape has been restored, families are enjoying increased income, there's total and general well-being of everyone. So again, thank you so much, Madeline. The research that you're doing, it sounds very interesting. I'm also looking forward. It's a long study, eh?
Sure,
Yeah. So I'm looking forward also to learn, to hear how the results work, because as partners we believe in evidence-based programming. So the findings from the research will obviously inform the next steps that we take in terms of climate change program. So let me stop there and say thank you very much. Nipeleke salamu Nairobi.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Jacqueline, for the wonderful speech. And now I want to reward some of our guests. Hiyo ni salamu kubwa sana, ushike hiyo picha. Okay, we have Madam Emily. Madam Emily. She's not here. Okay, within the compound. Unamchukulia Madam Catherine. Madam Catherine. Manager of World Mission, Nyanza mzima. Siwaona Madam, asante sana kwa juhudi zako ambazo unatufanyia. We have Mr. Philip Were, our brother from this region. Asante sana. Kwa huyu mtu wako hapo. Sisi pia tuko hapa chini. Okay. Thank you. Yes, we have Madam Grace. Madam Grace. Yake hata alishachagua ndio hii. Alishachagua kitamu sana. Madam Grace, mnajua Madam Grace? Kwa mafunzo hapa sana, si ndio? Yeah, Madam, asante sana kwa bidii zako. Thank you. Another, we have Bernard Owino. Bernard Owino, Vice President Mr. Bernard. Karibu sana my brother. They are working so hard. Asante sana. Now last, the Daktari Philip, Daktari Charles. Man and a half, eh? End of all day. Okay.
The Nairobi team, regional team, county team, stakeholders who are here, farmers who are here. First, we thank God for what He has done to us today, that we are here in World Vision and the entire NOCC where we have been practicing on the planting of trees to this year to enhance the climate change in especially NOCC and the entire Kenya. I will give my word of thanks to our lady who came far from Netherlands to join us here in NOCC, a remote area in Kenya. And I would actually thank also goes to the regional team who decided to take their time to come and be with us in this occasion. We are also thanking the entire team from BAT, Mr. Malena, for having taking his time to be with us and do the implementation work on the ground. They are our team who has been training us on the value addition, the ECRAF team, Madam Grace and her team. They have been moving around, and what they have taught us, we are now implementing. And what we are implementing, we have to thank God for the work she has done to us. The agriculture officer, Mr. Otieno, has talked a lot. He has said something which is very important to we, the community. We have to embrace it. And we also thank you, community members. You have done a lot. Had it not you being here, this thing would have been a waste of time. But because of your presence, And because of your hard work that you have been doing, is that what we are now achieving, the good result that the team, the world will now see that the people, the community of Nyatike are now doing what they were trying to implement on us. Our admin has done a lot. He has been he has been committed to what the team, our team from the World Vision have been doing. And we thank him a lot because of his cooperation. Mr. Charles, thank you very much. And our man from Blue Cross, I think you have not met Eric. Eric is a hardworking person. He has done a lot to Nyatike. Maybe give Eric a hand clap. He has done a lot. He has been doing a lot on GBV and to uplift the living standards of the community around. And my team, as he has been said by our Dr. Charles, I think what you have been doing, what he has said is far much better. But if you go, if I could have been young, I could have married a woman, and the firstborn, I would have named her. Because of what Dr. Charles has just said. And Mr. Wahome has done a lot. If you see an officer coming from far end to join the community personalities around, don't you give him a hand clap? Thank you very much, Mr. Wahome, for your commitment. And also our KP's director, she has done a lot. The KP's, these people have done, they have been committed, they have committed themselves here. And they have been, the input that they have given to the farmers is far much far. We cannot say, but it's far. Like to our environment officer, we have worked with him in so many areas. He has taught us a lot. Keep on, gentlemen, for your work. You have been meeting him in the county forum, in this beekeeping. He has done a lot. They have been trying to regulate the prices. They don't want the other, what do you call them? Intruders to come and intervene in our stuff. Otherwise, we thank God for what has done to us today. And the chairman, Mr. William, has done a lot. William has been here as our head. He has led us to this end. And we have to go to give, we have to work with him closeness so that we may achieve what he has now directed. So, Mr. County, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your cooperation and your need. May God bless us all. May God bless the team as they are leaving back to their offices and back to their home. Thank you very much. Thank you.